Alright, well, I apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning here, but it seems it might possibly be working now, finally, after working on this for almost an hour and a half. Okay, so today I'm going to be going over a new game, or new to the channel. The game in question is called Sryth, S-R-Y-T-H. It's a browser-based game that is fully accessible at this time. At least I've yet to find anything that isn't accessible. I apologize for the background sounds. The URL to get to the website is, well, quite simply, Sryth, S-R-Y-T-H.com. Now, this game technically it has a free component where you can play it for free, but a significant number of the adventures and quests and such are locked unless you have an active membership. You can get a lifetime membership. Unfortunately, I don't recall the pricing off the top of my head, but you can get a lifetime membership. It's the one-time purchase price, etc., etc. And then you can go ahead and purchase packs of what are called Sryth coins. Those act as a special in-game currency that allows you to purchase packs that give you different gear, different glyphs, which are like tattoos, different power-ups, potions, all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm actually going to be... I just made a new character. I'm going to go ahead and pull all the packages, because when you purchase package, it's available to any character on your account. You get up to, I believe, 4 characters per account. But I'm going to go ahead, and this particular character is called Nathalos, N-A-T-H-A-L-O-S, and he's going to have every pack that I've purchased thus far right off the rip. I'm going to go ahead and have his packs right up front. The next character I make is going to be completely no packs whatsoever. It's going to have the initial benefit for having a membership, but I'm not going to purchase any packs on him to give a concept of the scale of difficulty without purchasing packs and so forth. But again, this first character is purely for fun, purely to show the concepts and adventure styles, etc. In which case, I'm going to go ahead and grab all the packages. This first video is just going to be introducing the game and collecting all the packages to start the series off. So, as I said, I just created the character. It's called Nathalos, and right now we're going through the introductory scene. I'm going to go ahead and slow JAWS down to 65%.
Slower.
Unfortunately, I accept that that's probably still going to be fast for a number of people, but I can't really handle it being much slower, unfortunately.
Visit link.
At the top here, we've got a number of links. These are pretty standard stuff. One's a news link, lets you see the news for the game. One is the adventure shop, which is where you would normally go to purchase the packages that I'm mentioning so far.
Visit link.
That OPT is options. It allows you to set the options for your character. At the beginning of every page, there's an ID tag. In this case, it's 25973, and as I said, it's the ID tag for this particular page. If you ever needed to file a bug or typo or what have you, you would include the ID tag so he knows, the owner, Matt, knows what page to look at.
Your adventures are about to begin.
Your adventures are about to begin.
You're a lone passenger on the coast bound for Link Harbor. A small settlement tucked into Link Hart Hills, region of southwest. Link Isa.
Alright, so far we've already had 3 things thrown at us. Hawkler is the village that we're headed to. We're taking a carriage over to Hawkler. We're going through the Heart Hills, which is the southwest corner of Taisa. Taisa is the overall map of this region.
The view marker on the map of Taisa. Link click here.
I'm not going to go ahead and click the map because, quite frankly, I don't gain anything from clicking the map. But for any visual viewers, clicking this link does bring up a map that allows you to see Taisa and where things are.
The map will launch in a new window. You'll find top or left there in the right there in the lower left portion of. Link the map. In the Heart Hills.
And again, all of these are links, so you can click them, no problem.
You've never performed this part of the kingdom, but insatiable thirst for adventure as the last boundary of the quiet existence you want. Moment to the right or left there will be more pharaohs right there in the world. Hit colon click the link below will take you to the next game section. You will often have multiple links at the end of the game section from which to choose. Your next course of action. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
So as that last bit stated, you often click a link at the bottom of the lines of text, and that link will progress, whether it's a continue link like this here, or whether you have multiple options. Follow him, stay where you are, jump in a river, whatever. The links will usually be at the very end of the text block that you check out. Now, I'm going to keep arrowing down for visual viewers. I'm assuming these frames are side by side, but I'm not 100% sure. With a screen reader, though, you're arrowing down into the next frame, which is where your statistics and everything are, or your score sheet for paper D&D style game players would be familiar.
List end. Visit link Nathalos.
Nathalos is the name of the character.
Link 2.
View would allow you to see specifics, email it's linked to, and that sort of thing.
Table with 3 columns and 2 rows. Link MR colon. 33.
Currently, my MR or melee rating is at 33. That's actually pretty decent for a very new, just started character.
Link SP colon. 40/40.
SP is also stamina points, which is at 40 of 40. Again, pretty high for a new formed character.
Visit link NV colon. 11/11.
Envy is 11 of 11. I'm actually kind of surprised. I didn't realize it was that high. The highest I've personally seen as a start was 5, so I'm really kind of thrown by that.
Link. Visit link ST. Visit link it. Link SK. Visit link PW.
These are all links that you can click. I don't mess with them. I don't bother.
Table end. Attributes.
Now we're down to the attributes.
Table with 5 columns and 10 rows. Agility colon. 16.
Agility 16. All attributes have a max of 20, so I'm 4 points shy of the cap.
Link X colon. 128.
I currently have 128 XP, experience, EXP, whatever you want to terminology it.
Body colon. 19.
Body is 19, again, that's of 20.
Gold colon. 1,500.
I currently have 1,500 gold, that's not a bad starting sum.
Might colon. 20.
20 might, so I'm already capped out on the might.
Visit link ATS colon. 0.
ATS is called adventure tokens. It's another form of in-game currency that's a sort of special currency. You can get it for donating, you can get it from different packs, but also you can get it from a variety of in-game quests. I believe somebody calculated it out, and you can get up to 500 in-game without spending money. I haven't fully tested that theory myself, but that's the number I believe has been put out there. Currently I have 0 on this character.
Aura colon. 18.
Aura is 18,
Visit link BMS colon.
again, of 20.
0. Visit link BMS colon.
BMS is battle marks. At the moment, I have 0. Those are randomly dropped from different aspects, different high-level adventures, or difficult fights, this, that, and the other. I'm not 100% sure what those are used for, in all honesty. From what I've been able to find on the wiki, they're primarily used for the drawings that used to take place. I haven't seen a drawing since I've started playing about 2.5, 3 years ago, so I can't speak to that.
0. Mind colon. 15.
Mind, I have 15 of 20, so not amazing, but still in the upper 75%.
Rank colon. Visit link rank.
Currently unranked.
Spirit colon. 18.
Spirit is 18, again, of 20.
Align colon. Good.
Alignment is good.
Luck colon. 17.
Luck 17.
Visit link save colon. Unsaved.
Unsaved, because he's just newly started.
Visit link house colon. Visit link none. Visit link residence colon.
No mounts.
Visit link game slash side. Rank.
No residencies.
Visit link none. Link map colon. Link realm. Visit link dungeon. Table end. Use it.
Alright.
Visit link item. Visit link skill. Or. Link power. Skills. Powers.
Now,
Items. Use it.
go
Use it.
down
Use it.
here.
Stats button.
we have the list of buttons.
Skills, powers, stats button.
The first button says stats. That's what brings up this frame.
Items button.
If we click the next button, items, that'll bring up any gear we have, any inventory we're holding, etc.
Skills button.
I'm going to go ahead and click skills.
Skills button to activate presenter. Items button. Stats button level 6 for 10x.
Make sure, yep. Okay, so I'm going to hit
Right at the
M
top,
frame, that
25,973
brings me to the very top. M
Visit Nathalos.
frame again brings me back to Nathalos.
Visit table, visit forms, visit limits, visit limits, visit limits, visit top, table N. Arcana left there, visit news. Mastery colon 5, visit link train.
Alright,
Mastery visit Arcana left there, 5 right there, dash,
here
table
we
N.
go. First skill
Arcana left there, 5 right there, dash.
is Arcana, currently at 5.
Visit link news. Mastery colon 5 left there, novice right there.
And it tells me that's considered a novice. Skills and powers go up to a max of 100.
Visit link train. The level 6 for 10x.
So I'm 5 of 100. Costs 6 XP to get to level 6.
Lore left there, 5 right there, the level 6 for 10x.
Oh, my apologies. 10 XP to get to level 6.
Lore left there, 5 right there, dash.
Lore level
Visit link news.
5.
Mastery colon 5 left, visit link train. The level 6 for 11x.
Level 6 for 11 XP.
Thievery left there, 5 right there, dash.
Thievery level 5.
Visit link news. Mastery colon 5 left there, novice right there. Visit link train. The level 6 for 10x.
Level 6 for 10 XP.
Weaponry left there, 5 right there, dash.
Weaponry level 5.
Link news. Mastery colon 5 left there, novice right there, visit link train. The level 6 for 10x.
Level 6 for 10 XP.
Stats button. Items button.
Okay.
Skills button. Powers button. Apps button. Powers button.
I'm going to go ahead and hit
Powers button to activate
powers.
presenter.
Again, I'm going to double tap
Rapid top. Visit link Nathalos.
M.
Link to table link. First link export. Visit limits link. Visit link ST. Visit link SK. Visit link top table N. Necromancy left there, 1 right there, dash.
Necromancy level 1.
Visit link news. Mastery colon 1 left there, novice right there. Visit link train. The level 2 for 14x.
Get it to level 2 for 14 XP.
Stats button. Items button. Skills button. Powers button. Apps button. Rest button. Apps button.
Alright, the
D. D. S.
ADVS shows you your adventure log.
Rest button.
As far as I understand it, it does not show all adventures, just major ones.
Apps button.
The rest button allows you to restore your stamina and NV, or Neveril points, while you're in a safe zone.
Save button.
The save button is pretty obvious, but importantly, it only works when you're in a safe zone.
Quit button. Switch trademark copyright 20
And then the
imagination
quit
slash activate arrows. All rights
button is
reserved.
also pretty obvious, and we have the little footer at the bottom.
Switch trademark copyright 2020 imagination slash activate arrows. All rights reserved. 2022.03.16.2.
Copyright tells you blah blah blah.
Rapid top. Dash 25,973 dash.
So let's go ahead.
Your adventure lonely cause small super
arrow
link the new
back
click the macro launch
down
the new window. Link the map to the arcade new member moment to the right or left there. Encode your next course of list of items. Next small square visit link please continue. Dot.
continue.
Train list with 1 items. 2 frames of 24 display.
Now something I do is control
Top line dialog.
F,
Find what code edit combo off. Set the value. Use the arrow. Type the value. Low plus W.
OPT,
Rapid top. Visit link off.
and that takes you to the options button right above the first frame, where your story and everything is going to be held.
Dash 27,451 dash. The first step in the journey toward becoming a professional adventurer was to embark on a long and arduous trek from the safety of your doorstep to the gates of Link Isis. What's Link capital city dash. Link Atlas.
Alright, so now we have the capital city of Tyso, which is this whole big region, and the capital city is called Talanis.
It's on one of the lights of this journey dash right. Chris on the morning dash you meet up with the coach on the southern outskirts of the Link Heart Hills. When you learn that the coachman in this journey wagon ultimately destined for the nearby village of Link Harbor. Your mind is made up. You learn from your recent travels. You faded right what seems like a near fair and climb aboard. Somewhat surprised to find yourself with sole occupant of your own passion-worn carriage is cramped, uncomfortable interior.
Alright, so we're getting in our carriage, we're headed off to Hawkler.
Hit hold you in the just areas. Visit link display settings to customize your game screen, including font style and text size.
Alright, display I really don't care about, so I apologize if it's visually not appealing.
List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. Dot. List with 1 items. 2 frames of 19 links. Dash 27,452. Visit link dash 27,452 dash. Only moments after you take your seat, the coach wishes to start drumming and clattering over the twisting. Uneven road steadily winces. Way north, deeper into the Argota. Link kingdom. Dot. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. Dot.
Unfortunately, some of these pages are very short.
2 frames of 20 table. Visit link dash 25,972 dash. Dot. The wilds of the world are dangerous, unpredictable places where even the very suddenly finds themselves facing perils both grave and unexpected. Land. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. Dot.
Yep, again, we have another continue button.
List with 1 items. Apps button to activate presenter. Apps button to activate presenter. 2 frames of 20 more. Visit link off.
F3 brings us back up to the OPT.
Dash 24,048 dash. An overcast afternoon around the edge of a self-imagined forest road. A few miles south of the village of Link Harbor. Your eyes creep open as the painful escapes from the thin slippery in your cracked, swollen lips. The intense throbbing ache on the right side of your head forces your eyes closed as you struggle to remember and convey the sense of your current circumstance.
Oh, seems I have a lump on my head and my lips are dry.
The discomfort momentarily ebbs and once more rises slowly apart. List of 1 items. The discomfort momentarily ebbs and once more rises slowly apart. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames of 40 hit colon. Visit link off. Dash 24,847 dash. With your sight rapidly clearing, you quietly begin to gather your bearings. You quickly discover much later today that you're seated on the ground.
Alright, so I'm seated on the ground, my sight's coming back to me.
At the base of the tree, your banner portal bound to the front of the rope, dashed in forest giant by a thick, unyielding mental rope.
And I'm tied to a tree.
From what you can tell, given the restricted operations of your position, you no longer have your weapons. Hit hold without a weapon in your hand left there unless you possess a sufficient level of mastery in the skill of unarmed combat right there will notice that your melee rating has decreased.
Alright, so my melee rating is decreased because I don't have a weapon in my hand.
You have little recollection of the attack on the coach, save for your confrontation with the apparent leader of the bandit's dash has decreased.
And I don't have unarmed combat right now.
You have little recollection of the attack on the coach, save for your confrontation with the apparent leader of the bandit's dash no dash conceived scuffle. And then the cudgel dash will integrate and deliver the staggering blow to the side of your head.
Alright, so the brigand hit me in the head with a cudgel. That's why I've got a lump.
It was that savage no dash twist strike out there and you're off your consciousness and ultimately landed in your current predicament. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link, please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames of 4 adventurers. Visit link off dash 27,454 dash. Taking care not to attract attention to yourself. Use extra rope and circles your torso only to discover that the day unforgiving binding offers. You will oversleep and flee. Instinct takes over, realizing that you cannot afford to remain in such a vulnerable position. Dash found and weapon dash you early begin to formulate. A plan of escape. It's at that precise moment with your thoughts beginning to race to the soft feminine voice loops in your left ear. Quote, not just yet, let me distract them. Quote.
Oh, not just yet. Let me distract him. I've got a helper here.
List of 1 items. Like small square visited link, please continue. List of 1 items. 2 frames of 40 quote. Visit link off dash 24,848 dash. Startled by the voice, you turn in the direction of the sound only to find that no one is there.
She's not there? Is she invisible?
Quote, be still. Quote, it's time to whisper. Notice when the archer slips in your right ear. Quote, you won't see me. Near relay. Don't call attention to yourself. Keep still. You're almost free. I'm going to bottom off. Quote.
Nope, she just switched sides of the tree.
You're about to whisper a reply in an attempt to discover the identity of your unseen. Would catch you rescue when you suddenly feel ropes finding you. The tree loses against your chest. Quote there, your feet. Quote whispers the voice in your left ear. Quote, move yet, wait until you're gone and take flight. West through the forest. When you reach the stream, follow north to the split rock. I'll meet you there. Here, take this before you go. You might need it. Quote. Something hands softly on the ground to your right. Turning only your head. You glance down at the dagger that's just been deposited next to your leg. Without a second thought, you furtively take possession of the weapon. Hit pull sometimes when you have the opportunity to acquire an important item. It will be automatically added to your inventory, such as the case with a dagger. Item. Left bracket added, right bracket dagger.
Alright, so as this says, sometimes when there's an important item that shows up, you don't have to click to take it. It automatically just bloop right into your inventory. I'm not 100% sure how that interacts with encumbrance. If you're 100% encumbered and you're supposed to pick up an important item, are you locked in place until you drop something because you're over encumbered? Does it let you go and just not be able to pick anything up or what have you? But I personally have never encountered that. I do know encumbrance is definitely a thing on here, but I've never encountered an automatic inventory item while encumbered.
Left bracket visited link to right bracket. Hit pull, be sure to wield the dagger you just acquired so you won't be fighting unarmed.
Be sure to wield the dagger so you're not fighting unarmed. That'll bring my melee rating back up.
Hit pull to wield the dagger. Click the items button below in your inventory. You'll see the dagger listed under the weapon section. Click the square. To the left of the dagger, click quoted.
Okay, so visually it looks like there's a square next to the dagger that lets you equip it. When you're using a screen reader, it actually says the word equipped.
Hit pull if you wish to stop wielding the dagger at any point. You may again click the square to its left of quoted.
Yep, and likewise, when you're wielding an item and you go to the item, it'll have a little thing that says unequipped. So apparently, visually, it's got a little square.
List of 1 items. Like small square visited link, please continue.
Alright, we're going to please
List of
continue.
1 items. 2 frames of 49 links. Visited link already all.
Let's go ahead
Stats button.
and
Items button.
equip
Items button to
that
activate the dagger.
dagger.
Stats button. Link adventurers. Land. Link enchanted map. Land.
So far, we have an
Visited
enchanted
link
map in our
vertical bar. Visited link vertical bar. Link
miscellaneous.
head. Miscellaneous. Link graphic drop. Link padded green. Link graphic unequipped graphic. Link padded greaves left there. CM right there.
We're wearing padded greaves.
Link graphic unequipped graphic. Visited link hide. Vertical bar. Visited link vertical bar.
I apologize, I'm working my way up from the bottom of my inventory.
Link head. Armor colon legs. Link graphic drop. Link padded sleeves left there. CM right there.
Padded sleeves,
Link graphic unequipped graphic.
also
Visited link hide.
worn.
Vertical visited link head. Armor colon arms. Link graphic drop. Visited link padded shirt left there. CM right there.
Padded shirt,
Link graphic unequipped graphic.
also
Visited link hide.
worn.
Vertical visited link head. Armor colon torso. Table end. Link graphic drop. Visited link dagger left there. SD right there. Visited link graphic equipped graphic. You're fighting unarmed. You are currently suffering a -7 penalty to your melee rating.
So I've currently got a -7 penalty to MR.
Visited link graphic equipped graphic. Visited link dagger left there. SD right there.
Let's go ahead
Visited
and
link graphic
wield
graphic.
that dagger.
Frame. http://www.sryth.com all. Vertical bar. Visited link hide. Link graphic link padded sleeves left there. CM right there. Link graphic visited link armor colon arms. Link graphic drop. Visited link padded shirt left there. CM right there. Link graphic visited armor colon torso. Link graphic drop. Visited link dagger left there. SD right there. Link graphic unequipped graphic.
Alright, dagger is now wielded.
Visited link hide.
That unarmed message is going
Vertical visited vertical link head. Weapons. Link encumbered. You're 2%. Table end.
Or 2% encumbered.
Stats button.
I hit B for button. I'm going to go ahead and click
Stats button to activate. Press
stats.
enter.
Now I'm going to hit T for table.
Wrapping the top 3 columns into rows. Column 1. Row 1. Link MR colon 34.
MR is 34.
34. Link SP colon 40/40.
SP, or
Link SP colon T colon.
yeah, SP is stamina, and that's at 40. Okay, so we're going to do Shift F3 to get back up to OPT
Visited link opt.
and read through this next page.
Dash 24,849 dash. Even the whisper threats of you remain still. Your eyes fixed on the 3 men standing less than a dozen yards away. Their backs are turned to you. As a fear on the winding forest road, it seems as if you're waiting for something. Suddenly, a voice cries out to the right of the bandits, and unison, the 3 brigands spin their heads in the direction of the unexpected sound. The voice, unmistakably the same one that only moments ago whispered in their ear, and calls out, truly taunting the bewildered trio. As the men take a few cautious steps towards the edge of the clearing, one of them turns and glances at you, apparently satisfied with what he sees. He promptly turns away and continues after his 2 cohorts. Your captors reach the wall of undergrowth at the side of the clearing and halt. The voice, now considerably more distant, continues to call out to them. Though it's plain that the men are really following their unseen agitator into the woods. Flee from the ropes that found you, and realizing that your window of opportunity may fast be closing, you swiftly and quietly regain your feet. Giving yourself only a moment to recover your balance, you quickly attempt to determine your next course of action. Control this game section ends with 2 possible courses of action. Click the link that corresponds with the choice of action you wish to take. List of items. Black small square is an attempt to flee as the voice directed ...
Alright, do I want to flee as the voice directed me? Oh, for anyone who wasn't able to keep up with all that. The woman who's agreed to help me has drawn off the bandits. One of them looked back at me, saw the rope that's still across my chest. Even though it's loosened, I didn't remove it. So he thinks I'm still tied to the tree. So he followed the group. The 3 of them chased after the woman. Now I have to choose.
Black small square is an attempt to flee as the voice directed ...
Do I attempt to flee as the voice directed?
List end. List of items. Black small square is an attack your captors ...
Or do I attack my captors from behind? I'm gonna go ahead and flee.
List of list end. Black small square is an attempt to flee as the voice directed ... Frame list with 1 items. 2 frames in first space. Visit link #24850 #. Trusting what you were told by whispering voice and with no desire to linger near the presence of your captors, you attempt to sneak off to the west ... Blank. Control will allow you to pick a random number to see if you'll be successful attempting to sneak off if you selected your woodsmanship or fury. As a skill, a bonus for wonderful skill left turn, whichever is higher right turn will be added to the number you pick. Your agility and luck scores will also provide a bonus.
Alright, so I'm going to be sneaking away. I'm using agility, luck, and either thievery or woodsmanship to make this sneak attempt.
Control click to pick now link below to pick a random number. Visit link pick. Visit link now. Pick a random number from 1 to 100.
So I'm picking a random number from 1 to 100.
Bonus plus 30 left race thievery plus 5. Agility plus 16. Luck plus 9 right race.
And it shows
Plus
here
30.
plus 30
Left race thievery.
because I have thievery plus 5,
Agility plus 16 comma.
agility plus 16,
Luck plus 9 right race.
and luck plus 9.
Successful in total greater than or equal to 50.
And I need 50. So I only need to get between 20 and 100.
Bonus pick a random visit link now.
So let's go ahead and click.
2 frames are satisfied. Visit link #24852 60.
We got a 60.
Success. You need a greater than or equal to 50 to succeed. You pick 30 left turn plus 30 right turn for a total of 60.
Got a 30 plus 30, that's equal to 60, and that got me out.
XP. Plus 8 left bracket plus 8 general right bracket.
8 general XP.
Stealing quietly through the undergrowth, you manage to move away from your captors without being detected. You stealthily cross the narrow overcome. Road and plunge into the forest. Once beneath the trees, you briefly pause to listen for any sounds that might indicate that the bandits of most you are safe and obtain enough pursuit. Blank. Satisfied by the reassuring silence of your surroundings, you promptly resume your flight, heading swiftly west, deeper into the woods. List of 1 items.
So far, I can't hear any bandits chasing me.
Black small square visit link, please continue ...
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames in first chapter. Visit link #24856 #. You head north and west through the woods, turning around and estates of laurel and wide patches of bracken, all the while searching for the stream. Mentioned in by whispering voice of your unknown collaborator. As you reach the north side of Jacket Hill, your eyes are drawn to the west where a thin, shimmering mustache-lined cat winds its way through the trees. You found the stream. After pausing to briefly survey your surroundings, you move up to the edge of the stream and begin following it north, your eyes peeled for any sign of something that might resemble a quote split rock quote. You covered nearly 300 yards when the welcome sight looms out of the forest ahead ... List of 1 items. Black small square visit link, please continue ...
Alright, so I found the river that she told me about. I'm following that river along, looking for a split rock. Suddenly I see something up ahead, but it doesn't tell us what. Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames in first space. Visit link #24959 #. Rising up at the edge of the stream, this surface covered with a thick carpet of green moss is a massive boulder split almost in half by a deep jagged fissure. As you drop to the imposing stone, your eyes scour the surrounding wood for any sign of movement. Suddenly a soft, feminine voice issues from somewhere.
Definitely looks like I found the rock. And I hear a feminine voice.
Behind the rock. Quote, please stay where you are. It's better that you don't know each other. Quote.
Oh, she says, stay where you are. It's better we don't know each other.
It's the same voice you heard previously. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link, please continue ...
Continue.
List with 1 items. Stats button to activate. Press enter. 2 frames in 30 quote. Visit link #24960 #. Even the object of your unknown ally, you stand in front of the cracked boulder, your eyes still warily scanning the immediate area. Suddenly, you spot a heap of objects flying into the edge of the undergrowth only a few yards to your right. Quote, those are things. Quote, says the voice as your discovery of the objects was directly observed. Quote, there are a few other items I took delivery of. Adding, I hope you'll prove that you side must be off. You too would be wise to not linger any longer than necessary. Keep following the stream ... Will lead you to the road. Head north on the road and you'll reach Fogler. It's not far. Quote. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link, please continue ...
Alright, so it looks like she grabbed my things plus tossed in a couple items that she thinks would be useful.
List with 1 items. 2 frames in first place. Visit link #27455 #.
And now she's taken off before I can find out who she is.
With countless questions turning in your mind, you begin asking the hidden stranger about what she discovered in ... about the attack on the coach ... The reason the bandits were holding you captive. Quote, there's much that I might be able to say, but there is time. You and I are still in great danger here. I'll say only that you were meant to get into. That coach, quote, says the voice, quote, but for all their cruel cleverness, they never expected me. I'll say no more about it ... yet. Just get yourself to the author. Please, quote.
Oh, apparently it was a conspiracy. She says I was meant to get into that coach, and it would have succeeded if she didn't come along.
The voice falls silent. Perplexed, but grateful for all that you have seen, better than you pronounce your gratitude. Only the after-spoken sentiment met with silence. The soft, mysterious voice does not again speak. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link, please continue ...
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames in 6 ... Visit link #24960 after peering behind the boulder and finding no one there. You examine the pile of objects. As the voice stated, your weapons and several pieces of leather. Armor make up the small heap. You promptly take possession of your weapons. Hit gold sometimes when you discover an item during your adventures, you will automatically acquire it. This is often the case for special items or items that serve a special purpose in a particular adventure. Item. Left bracket added right bracket short sword. Left bracket visit link to right bracket. Item. Left bracket added right bracket dagger. Left bracket visit link to right bracket. Hit gold many of the items you will discover during your adventures will require you to click on them in order to acquire them. Visit link tape. Link. Visit link leather boots left there and common right there. Link.
Alright,
Visit link tape.
let's go ahead and take
Take link.
leather boots.
Link. Visit link leather boots left bracket taken right bracket. Visit link tape. Visit link. Visit link leather breastplate left there and common right there. Visit link tape.
Take the
Take link.
leather breastplate.
Visit link. Visit link leather breastplate left bracket taken right bracket. Visit link tape. Link. Visit link leather helm left there and common right there. Link. Visit link tape.
Take
link.
the leather helm.
Link. Visit link leather helm left bracket taken right bracket. Not wishing to remain here any longer than necessary, you begin following the stream north. Hoping that before too long you'll come across the road mentioned. Then by your unseen rescuer. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link, please continue ...
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames in 8 links. Swift trademark. Visit link after all forest. After almost a mile, the stream bends to the west. You turn along with it and soon find yourself moving gradually uphill through a less tangled swath of forest. But by left or changing directions, the trees around you begin to thin out just as you near the top of a bog. Low escarpment. You carefully climb onto. The top of the rocky shelf are lit by the sight that greets your weary eyes. On the far side of the rise, in the forest below, spot above, well-fashioned road running north and south. Confidence that you will last found the road you learned from your unknown ally. You start down the slope, thankful to have survived your first meal. Brush with danger and more you'll never reach. Link Hogler. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, please continue, dot, dot, dot.
Alright, continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames of 57 links, list. Visit link opt. Dash 25,971 dash. You arrive at the edge of the well-dash travel road and find the deserted. After carefully surveying both links of the empty stretch, you turn the major. Way north, crossing well-dash maintained bridge that spans a small stream. Past the bridge, the road widens into a pond. 3-dash line lane that runs between the sprawling mill of the flourishing orchard dash the first signs of human habitation you've seen over the last few days. As the last of the orchard disappears behind you, the lane opens up wide, stony track that gradually descends to meet a collection of wood. And stone structures frame on 3 sides by the encroaching arms of the surrounding forest. It's your first glimpse of the village of Hogler, dot, dot, dot.
Alright, I finally made it to Hawkler.
List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, please continue, dot, dot, dot.
My
List of 1
apologies
items.
for that.
2 frames of 50 added. Visit link opt. Thank you for supporting Sryth trademark.
Thank you for
Robert Daniel,
supporting
a member of the Adventure Guild.
Sryth. We're glad to have you as a member of our Adventure Guild.
Please be sure to visit the quote window building with the Blue Dwarf Nathalos for critic to receive a special bonus for having upgraded this. Characters with Adventure Guild status. Visit link, please continue.
Alright, now this page, because I already have an existing membership, all it says is thanks for being a member, this, that, and the other. If you don't already have a membership, it'll, if I remember correctly, have a link that lets you go to the membership payment page where you can buy your subscription, etc., etc.
Characters, visit link, please continue. Visit link, Nathalos. Visit link, please continue. Visit link. 2 frames of 81 safe. Visit link, rep.
Alright,
Visit link, opt.
now we're in Hawkler.
Safe dash 1 dash safe.
And as you can see, Hawkler is marked as
A,
a
F, E, space.
safe area.
You're in Hogler, a small settlement nestled against the eastern flank of the Link Heart Hills. In southwest. Link Isa. The inhabitants of Hogler, mostly farmers and woodcutters, have long enjoyed prosperity born out of a fruitful commerce with city life. Link Sryth. Link Atlas. And Link Merciful. Oddly enough, an unmistakable move of gloom hangs over the thriving village. The people of Hogler seem anxious, even frightened about something new. Learn that few of the settlement's residents remain willing to venture past the boundaries of the village. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, left bracket, travel right bracket.
So apparently, something spooking the citizens. Just upon entering the city, or village, I can see that the town members won't go past the borders of their village. Something's spooking
List of 1
them.
items. Like small square, visit link, left bracket, travel right bracket.
We have a travel link.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the shop, or visit the outfitter, dot, dot, dot.
Visit a shop. Urzik the Outfitter. I believe that's the newbie shop.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, seek out the source of a strange hum, dot, dot, dot.
Seek out the source of a strange
List N.
hum.
List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit Herc's mercantile, dot, dot, dot.
Visit Herc's Mercantile.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the Hogler smithy, dot, dot, dot.
Visit Hawkler Smithy.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the Stoneback Tavern, dot, dot, dot.
Visit the Stoneback Tavern.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the Hills Feed Inn, dot, dot, dot.
Visit the Hills Feed Inn.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the Village Council building, dot, dot, dot.
Visit the Village Council
List N.
Building.
List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the stables, dot, dot, dot.
The
List N.
stables.
List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the church, dot, dot, dot.
The
List N.
church.
List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the Earl's cabin, dot, dot, dot.
Ithral's Cabin.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit Elmer the Sage, dot, dot, dot.
Ellular the Sage.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, approach a ragged peddler lurking about the village square, dot, dot, dot.
Ragged Peddler around the village.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, explore the village of Hogler, dot, dot, dot.
Explore the village. That'll give you random encounters. Be careful on that.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, left bracket, adventure, right bracket for his location.
Adventures for this location.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, the Proving Grounds adventures, dot, dot, dot.
The Proving Grounds adventures. Those, you do get a warning inside, but those are for significant, like, you need high level skills and spells and such.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, visit the windowless building with a blue door, dot, dot, dot.
The windowless building with a blue door, that's the adventure hall, or guild hall, where you pick up packages, get your XP bonuses, anything like that.
Access special account options / features here. List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, explore realms at random, dot, dot, dot.
Explore the realms at random, that's another one, just like exploring the village, except this one can pull creatures and encounters from anywhere, so you really need to be careful with that one.
List N. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, left bracket, travel right bracket. List N.
Another travel link at the bottom.
List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, adventure recently here, left bracket, 28, right bracket, dot, dot, dot.
Adventurers recently here. That means what adventurers saved in this area when they logged out last. That's 28.
List N. Visit link, Nathalos.
And we're back to our name. So we're gonna
Access special account options / features here.
go up to the
Like small square, visit link, visit windowless building with a blue door, dot, dot, dot.
windowless building with a blue door.
List with 1 items. 2 frames of 100 list. Thank you for supporting Sryth. Visit link opt. Dash 1985 dash.
Alright.
Welcome, adventurer.
Welcome,
A
adventurer.
hooded figure floating away behind the cluttered table looks up and acknowledges you with a curved nod. The building you entered, located in the center of Hogler, is a place in which you can access special game functions and features, including link claiming the special packages you purchased in the Sryth. Visit link adventure shop. Visit link the adventure shop : visit link create special packages available, including visit link room storm circlet. Visit link game master's journal.
As you can see, there's a little
Visit link room storm circlet.
note here. It's random. Tells you there's items in the shop right now that you can buy. One of the ones listed is a rune
Nestorm space.
Rune Storm Circlet.
Visit link game master's journal.
The Game Master's Journal.
Visit new and informal source of updates, announcements, and other random bits direct from your humble GM. Be sure to visit link stop by and Visit link, take a peek. When you have a moment.
That's essentially news notes that the developer puts out.
Special bonus packs. To collect any special bonus packs you earn, click the link below. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, special bonus packs.
So I'm going to go ahead and click this to collect a special
List of
bonus
1 items.
pack.
2 frames of 56 links. Letter. Link graphic drop. Visit link, manager, left there, CM right there.
Ooh.
Wrapping the top. Dash 51 special bonus packs. Listed below will be the special bonus packs that are ready for you to claim as well as you previously claimed. Ready to be claimed. List of 1 items. Like small square, visit link, February 2022 special bonus packs.
February 2022 special bonus pack. Click.
List of 1 items. Scroll through row 1. 2 frames and 4 frames. Please look at the 3 items. Thank you for February. Visit link top. Dash 51,057 dash. February 2022 bonus pack. Thank you for supporting Sryth.
Thank you for supporting Sryth.
Please look at the 3 items you're about to receive all. Link transmutable. So be sure to visit the Silver Star Tower of the North Southwest sites as you're interested in transmuting them. Item. Left bracket added right bracket amulet of the heavens. Left bracket visit link to right bracket.
Got Amulet of the Heavens.
Item. Left bracket added right bracket ring of eons. Left bracket visit link to right bracket.
The Ring of Eons.
Item. Left bracket added right bracket pendant of misdirection.
Pendant of Misdirection.
Left bracket visit link to right bracket. Included the bonus pack left there and safely added. Of course right there is the more class that contains a potion of battle rage. Needless to say, waste little time there about the vessel stopper and dumping the metal magical mixture.
And a Potion of Battle Rage.
A bit of coughing, sputtering, and acid ensues after which a profound surge of warmth passes through your entire body as the potion's ancient magic. Goes to work. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 10.
My melee rating has been permanently increased by 10.
Surging aggression special combat ability unlocked.
Surging Special Combat Ability unlocked.
The surging aggression special combat ability works behind the scenes during battle with attempts to add 1 to combat rolls of 17 or higher when you made it. Aggressive melee attack.
During combat, you have 3 options. You have fight defensively, fight normally, or fight aggressively. What this potion does is when you fight aggressively, it has a chance to increase your random roll
The surging aggression special combat ability works behind the scenes during battle with attempts to add 1 to combat rolls of 17 or higher when you made it.
+1 to combat rolls 17 or higher. Your combat roll is 1 to 20, so 17, 18, 19, or 20. It'll try to, well, I highly doubt it'll try to add 1 to a 20, but nevertheless.
Aggressive melee attack. Luckily, the greenish glow now emanating from the tip of your nose is only a temporary side effect and will likely be gone before ... Well, there it goes. See, nothing to worry about. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link, please continue ...
That's funny. Had a greenish glow on my nose.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Dash space. Visit link opt. Dash 51. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Sryth. I hope you enjoyed the special bonus pack and I wish you luck and success on all your adventures. As always, all the very best. Dash look there, game master at Sryth.com right there. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link, please continue ...
Please
List of 1 items. Scroll through row 5. 2 frames and 30. Like small list of 1 items. Ready to be claimed ... List of 1 like small square. There are currently no bonus packs for you to claim.
Alright, I currently have no more bonus packs to claim in there.
List end. Previously claimed ... List of 1 items. Like small list end. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link, go back ...
Go back.
List of 1 items. Colon row 10. Adventures visit link. Adventures visit link. 2 frames and 1 visit link adventure shop. Visit link the adventure shop colon. Visit link for the special available including. Visit link colon and. Visit link colon Untitled.
Oh, now it shows 2 missed glyphs.
Visit link game master journal. Visit link stop by. And. Visit link take a peek when you have a moment. Special bonus packs. To collect any special bonus packs you earn, click the link below. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link special bonus packs ...
Already
List
did
end.
that.
Your 2021 Christmas stocking.
My 2021 Christmas stocking. I'm not going to do that just yet, because I think I'm going to make that its own video.
Tally says deliver your platinum Christmas stocking. Time to pick list of 1 items. Like small square visit link empty your list end. The Dream Zone. The Dream Zone, the special reward available during our 2021 Adventure Appreciation Month, is now available during the Christmas season. Dream big. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link acquire the Dream Zone ... List end.
I am going to go ahead and collect the Dreamstone, though.
Like small square visit link acquire the Dream Zone ... List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Unsaved. Visit link save colon. Unsaved. Visit link mouse colon. Wrapping the top. Visit link dash 36,157 dash. ... Overcast after lunar young ... The young man, his slender face mostly concealed by a gray hood roughly stitched onto the shoulders of his long coat. Peers out from beneath the arch. Doorway with there with 1,000 motions for you to approach.
Alright, so I got this unkempt looking guy standing in a doorway approaching, or beckoning me to approach a derelict building.
Quote, let's be done with this so I can be off. Quote, he says, his activity repeatedly as he glances along both lengths of the narrow, deserted lane. Quote, here. Take it and I will consider my part done. Quote.
Looks like he's tweaking. He's shifting his gaze around.
He thrusts a small black pouch into your hand and steps out of the doorway, pausing to regard you with a curtain nod. Your fingers instinctively assess the contents of the pouch before you open the bag and peer inside. A small, rounded, perfectly smooth gray stone, no larger than a coin, rests at the bottom of the pouch. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link, please continue ...
Got a small stone about the size of a coin.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and for something. Visit link dash 36,158 dash. Quote, yes, that's it. Quote, says the young man. Quote, there's not much to look at, but that rocket when I came here to bring you. I believe all is in order, is it not? Quote. Blank. You nodded, reply in the affirmative. The Dreamstone. You can hardly bring yourself to believe that the fabled artifact is the last in your possession. You thank the nameless courier for his service. He quickly bows, wishes you well, and sets off along the lane, keeping to the edge of the screen until he rounds the distant corner and passes out of sight. Blank. You remove a small stone from the pouch and carefully study its simple contours, surprised to discover that it bears no markings of any kind. Something inexplicable, perhaps emanating from the stone itself, quells your lingering doubts. This is indeed the Dreamstone, though the very notion of. The realization is staggering. You now possess the Dreamstone, though it will not appear among your items. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link, please continue ...
Alright, let's
List of 1
continue.
items. 2 frames and 36 links. Still comma. Visit link dash 36,159 dash. Suddenly confronted by the heightened sense of vulnerability, you place the stone back in the pouch and set off, alert for anything that might thwart imminent. Danger as you navigate your way out of the city's north end. The Dreamstone, an artifact believed by many to exist only in fables, is now yours, and its timeless wisdom and most dire secrets revealed through it. Manipulation of your dreams are yours to discover. Your thoughts reflect your immediate merciful with the curious old man you rescued from a band of thieves, who in return promised to deliver to you an object of incalculable value. When you told him it was the Dreamstone, you refused to believe the wild claim. Now, 3 weeks after that fateful encounter on the streets of the dingy airport, the claim is proved true. You feel almost ashamed for having done it. Still, despite the momentous nature of your acquisition, the nagging sense of dread, its force undefined, lurks at the edge of your mind, its spectral presence, testing and taunting your resolve. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link, please continue ... List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Sryth trademark. Quit button. Wrapping the top. Visit link opt. Dash 36,160 dash.
I really do need to reach out to the developer and see what his inspiration for the Dreamstone was, because it's very much very similar to the Porpentine in the Sandman comics written by Neil Gaiman. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, the Porpentine is called the Dreamstone a couple times.
You are now the prowler of the Dreamstone. Well done. You have used the Dreamstone 3 times each day to attempt to unlock its rewarding secrets by way of a strange dream the artifact will craft to you. Sleep. To use the Dreamstone, visit the quote window still with a food or quote. May the Dreamstone bring you sleep dreams. Sleep tight. Be sure to save your game. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Alright, so I can access the Dreamstone 3 times
List
a
of items.
day,
411. Dungeon visit link. Dungeon visit link.
and it randomly rolls
Two range of
for
183 links. Available comment.
different bonuses.
Visit link for the special packages. Available. Visit link what's soon to be vaulted. Visit link game master's journal. Visit link inform. Visit link and. Visit link have a special like list of items. Like small list end. Your 2021 Christmas top tallies list of items. Like small square visit link empty your Christmas list end. The Dreamstone. There's a dream. List of items. Like small square visit link examine your Dreamstone.
No, we're not going to do that yet.
List end. Reward gold with the Canvas roll potion pack. Thank you for supporting Sryth. Your rewards are waiting. List of items. Like small square visit link claim the Canvas roll potion pack.
Let's get the swirl pack.
List of items. 2 frames and 36 links. Spicy. Visit link hash 35,236 hash. The Canvas roll potion pack. The 4 potions need to be packed in the letter satchel of your feet comprise the legendary Canvas roll potion pack.
Alright, so I've got 4 potions.
Wasting no time. You can remove the wax stoppers from the sturdy swap bottles and simply quaff into the magical mixtures. Marvelous mint.
Marvelous mint.
Glug, glug.
Glug, glug.
The minty mixture slides down your throat, leaving an unpleasant aftertaste in your mouth. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 2.
Melee rating has been permanently increased by 2.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 2.
Stamina by 2.
Nutty nog. Glug, slurp.
Nutty nog. Glug slurp.
Strangely enough, the thick nog proves difficult to swallow and only after a considerable effort are you able to consume it. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 3.
Melee by 3.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 3.
Stamina by 3.
Frosty fig.
Frosty fig.
Slurp, gulp.
Slurp gulp.
The 3 fig concoction is hidden and usually quite easy to drink, making it a pleasure to consume following the somewhat troublesome nog. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 4.
Melee rating by 4.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 4.
Stamina by 4.
Polar plum. Gulp, glug, slurp.
Gulp. Glug slurp. For the
Polar plum.
polar plum.
Gulp, glug, spicy and flavorful are the 2 words that best describe the pungent plum potion. It takes only a few sips to fully down the purple mixture. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 5.
Melee rating by 5.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 5.
Stamina by 5.
List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Continue.
List of items. 2 frames and 90 space. Visit link hash 35,237 dash. After the contents of the 4 potions of left there and some right there and settle your stomach left there and right there in the summer red cloth tucked into the bottom of the satchel. Bang.
Ooh, there's a pouch at the bottom of the satchel.
Much to your surprise, the pouch contains a wooden ring. Item. Left bracket added right bracket cheer song ring.
The cheer song ring. Cool.
Left bracket visit link to right bracket. This ring is not only link transmutable, but also provides a special survival bonus related to link our Kinder. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Arkkenmore is an area that is not currently released,
List of
but
items.
it
All visit
is
link.
supposed to be coming
2 frames and
soon.
90 links. Visit link added shirt.
Let's go ahead and check
Toss
out
line dialog. Find one colon edit combo box.
that
SSW use 0 keys type value. Alt plus W. Armor colon rings.
I did Control F, typed ring.
Visit link vertical. Visit link vertical. Visit link high. Link graphic. Quick graphic. Graphic. Visit link ring beyond left there and empty right there.
No,
Link graphic. Visit link graphic. Visit link cheer song ring left there and empty right there.
the cheer song
Frame.
ring. Let's
HTTP
check
colon
that
slash
out.
www.nathalos. Link 2. Table link F50 visit limits link. Visit link visit table end. Cheer song ring.
Cheer
Link
song ring.
Make this item. Link non-dash droppable.
Make it non-droppable.
Table 2 columns and 7 star. Link use. This item. Star. Class colon armor finger.
Class armor finger.
Star. Encumbrance colon 1.
Encumbrance
Star.
1.
Quality colon. Visit link transmutable.
Transmutable. Quality.
Star. Melee rating colon plus 15.
Melee rating plus 15. Woo!
Star. Stamina points colon plus 15.
Stamina plus 15.
Star. Survival left there and right there colon plus 1.
Survival Arkkenmore plus 1.
Table end. This dark wooden ring touches the orbit line of cruising hash arcs, smiling faces and snowflakes. Really emits a warming sensation whenever you slip. The bands of your finger. Mirth, good cheer, and overall positive attitude come easily to anyone who wears this magnificent ring. Now again, when you happen to glance at the ring, you're almost certain that you witness one of the carved faces indicating hash almost. Visit link in inventory. Stats button.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Visit link in
ring.
inventory. http www.sryth.com/Nathalos. Link 2. Armor colon. Visit link at vertical. Visit vertical. Visit link graphic. Quick graphic. Graphic. Visit link ring beyond left there and empty right there. Link graphic. Visit link graphic. Quick graphic. Visit link cheer song ring left there and empty link graphic. Armor colon. Pendants. Stats button.
Alright, for now I'm going to go ahead and hit B for buttons.
Stats button. Activate
Space
presenter.
on stats. Let's go.
Toss line dialog. Find one colon edit combo ring. SSW use 0 keys type value. Alt plus W to activate present. Hash 35,000. Visit link ST.
Oop.
Visit link hash suddenly dot dot dot. List of items. Like small square. Visit link please continue dot dot dot.
Suddenly, continue button.
Frame list with 1 items. Colon 01. Table. 2 frames and 37 8. Visit link hash 35,239 hash. A strange feeling forms in the pit of your stomach dot dot dot. List of 1 items.
Uh-oh.
Like small square. Visit link please continue dot dot dot.
Continue
List with 1
button.
items. TW visit link. 2 frames and 30. Visit link up.
I got a strange feeling in my gut.
Hash 35,240 hash. The odd sensation quickly passes, so it's immediately almost rejuvenated. Canvas rush unlocked.
Ooh! Candy Swirl Rush unlocked.
The Canvas rush ability you just unlocked by bringing all 4 Canvas roll potions has the potential to increase the amount of stamina points you. Heal back immediately following combat. The Canvas rush ability you just unlocked by bringing all 4 Canvas roll potions has the potential to increase the amount of stamina points you. Heal back immediately following combat.
Oh, it increases how much stamina I regain at the end of combat.
List of 1 items. Like small square. Visit link please continue dot dot dot. List with 1 items. Colon 09.
Continue.
2 frames and 37 links. Stable. Visit link hash 35,200. Thank you. Thank you again for supporting Sryth. I hope you enjoyed the Canvas roll potions hash their cumulative rewards, if not their flavors and consistencies. Best wishes in the north for the new year and beyond. Hashtag left there game master at Sryth.com right there. List of 1 items. Like small square. Visit link please continue dot dot dot. List with 1 items. Colon 07. 2 frames and 180 flaming. You purchased in the Sryth. Visit link visit 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 and visit link special list of 1 list end. 2021 Christmas stock tallies list of 1 items. Like small list end. The Dreamstone. There's a list of 1 like small square list end. Like small square visit link examine your Dreamstone dot dot dot. List end. Reward code. Thank you for supporting Sryth. Reward code is the Dragon Bone disc. List end. Like small square visit link examine your Dreamstone dot dot dot. Blank. White small square.
I think I'm
Space.
going to go ahead and
Visit link examine your dreamstone. Period. Period. Visit link. Period.
examine your dreamstone. Copy.
Jaw sign. Period.
Put that into the Control F.
Wrapping the top. White small square. Visit link. Listen.
There we
Reward
go.
gold. The dragon bone disc.
The dragon bone disc.
Thank you for supporting Sryth. List of items. White small square. Visit link. Claim the dragon bone disc. Dot, dot, dot.
Claim the
List of
dragon
items.
bone disc.
2 frames and 92 space. Wrapping the top. Dash 35,000. Dot, 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 just after. Dot, 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 dot. The masked figure. Clad almost entirely in black. Slips out of the shadows and swiftly draws up the movement of unnerving silence and grace. Quote, so the game after all. Quote, issues the feminine voice from behind the veil of cloth that conceals all but the dark eyes of your mysterious benefactor. Quote, in. Violation of the curfew. Army. I've never much commented for such things. I don't know different in that regard. Quote, the masked woman reaches into a pouch of silence produces the very object you come here to acquire. Dash the dragon bone disc. After briefly looking over in her gloved hands, she passes the artifact to you. Item. Left bracket, added right bracket, dragon bone disc. Left bracket, visit link, right bracket. List of items. White small square, visit link, please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
It looks like this is the same woman that
List of items.
rescued me
Graphic.
at the beginning.
2 frames and 90 width. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Quote, just so you know. Quote, she says, her eyes seemingly searching your face. Quote, I summon the offer me quite a bounty for that little piece lucky for you. I'm not one to go back on my word, and I dare say, waiting for me that I must strike. I very much doubt your sword. I care the cross dash dashes I mean. No offense by that. Quote. The sound of footfalls from somewhere along the street which the alley connects turns both your heads in that direction. Quote, take care of that little trinket. Quote, she says, bowing quietly off now before the things soon see fit the rest of her working after the curfew. I don't think they take kindly to someone dark as I am. Farewell, friend. Quote. With that, she slips into the shadows and darts off along the alley, quickly vanishing in the deepening gloom. When she's gone, you safely stash this away and turn to head for the docks, hoping to use the incessant bustle along the piers of the sky to your list. Excursion. List of one items. White small square, visit link, please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
Alright, so we got the
List
dragon
of one
bone
items. Both row
disc.
1. 2 frames and 9 armor colon. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Sryth. I hope you find the dragon bone disc to your liking. Be sure to keep it safe. Perhaps make it non-dash droppable in your inventory. To use the disc, view its description in any safe location. Thank you again for your support. Keep those stamina points above 0. Dash dash back left there. List of one items. White small square, visit link, please continue. Dot, dot, dot. List of one items. Letter breastplate left there. CM right there. Visit link. Letter breastplate left there. CM right there. Visit link. Letter breastplate left there. Oddly. Stats button.
I'm going to go back down here and click
button to activate,
stats to remove my inventory from the screen. So I'm actually doing that for a practical reason. It seems to me that pages load slower if that frame is open, so I try to keep it on my stats at all time when possible.
Not found. Wrapping the top. Safe dash near an author. A small settlement nestled against the eastern flank of the Link Heart Hills. In southwest. Link Isa. The inhabitants of Author, mostly farmers and woodcutters, have Link Terrific. The inhabitants of Link Heart Hills. You're an Author. A small settlement. Safe dash 1 dash safe.
Oh, it kicked me back out to Hawkler. That's disappointing. Okay, well,
Free column table link visit list list end. White small square visit link explorer realms random dot dot list of list access special account options slash features here. White small square visit link visit windows filling with Google.
go back
Frame list with one items.
to that building.
2 frames and 100 list. Wrapping the top. White small square visit link examine your dreamstone dot 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 list end. Reward gold of Valor Stone.
The Valor Stone.
Thank you for supporting Sryth. List of one items. White small square visit link claim the Valor Stone dot dot dot.
Claim the
List with one
Valor
item.
Stone.
2 frames and 37 links. Body colon. 136. Wrapping the top. The Valor Stone. Thank you for supporting Sryth and congratulations on your acquisition of the Valor Stone. Item. Left bracket, add right bracket to the Valor Stone. Left bracket, link to right bracket. As you take possession of the flat shield, that shape stone that bears your engraved name, but both energy surges through your body, leaving you breathless and exhilarated. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 5.
Melee increased by 5.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 7.
Stamina by 7.
As the sensation fades, you carefully touch the powerful artifact in amongst your other belongings. In addition to the benefits just bestowed on you, the Valor Stone left there provided you carry with you right there and has the potential to reduce damage you sustain dash. Both in and out of combat.
Has the chance to reduce damage dealt to me inside and outside of combat.
Keep the Valor Stone safe and try not to let too many other adventurers know that you have it. Thank you again for supporting Sryth.
Uh-oh. Don't let adventurers know I have it. Well, you guys won't tell anybody, right?
Dash dash back left there, name list of one items. White small square visit link, please continue. Dot dot dot. List with one items. 2 frames and 107 tallies. Stats button. Stats button to activate presenter. Wrapping the top. White small split end. Denied room. Bardic colon preview. The link below will allow you to access the info slash preview to part 1 of quote denied room quote. The thrill adventure to both. Link Archinder. And. Link Zerath floor. List of one items.
Not going to check that out at this time.
White small square link to the denied room left there and part 1 right there and preview list end. Archinder and Zerath floor previews. The links below will take you to the sections containing previews slash teaser introductions for both. Link Archinder. And. Link Zerath floor. Expansions. Here's somewhat lengthy left there with more. Right there is the aim to convey a general sense of both realms. List of one items. White small square link to the Archinder preview introduction. Dot dot dot.
I'm sure I'll make a video about these at some point, but not
List
today.
end. List of one items. White small square link to the Zerath floor preview introduction. Dot dot dot. List end. The Sryth Packer Stones. The Sryth Packer Stones left there in 2019 and 2020 right there are filled with the names of illustrious adventurers whose dedication and generosity. Blank. List of one items. White small square link to the Packer Stones. Dot dot dot. List end. Link supporting Sryth. Sryth is only possible through the generous support of its amazing adventurers. There are different ways to link support Sryth and earn rate. Link rewards. Thank you for your support. Dash dash back left there and send daily game master at Sryth.com right there. Visit link Ring of Secrets. Adventurers who have acquired both. Visit link Togar's Curse and visit link Togar's Epiphany. Can now obtain the Ring of Secrets. The Ring of Secrets left there which does not occupy range slot and equipped right there provides the following bonus colon. List of 3 items. White small square plus 9 to melee rating.
The Ring of Secrets gives plus 9 to melee rating,
White small square plus 12 to stamina points.
plus 12 to stamina,
White small square plus 3 to mental reserve.
plus 3 to NV.
List end. You can also customize the name of this magnificent ring. Available item updates. From time to time, certain items in your possession may have an update slash upgrade available. There are 6 item upgrades available. List of one items. White small square Togar's 7 ring dot dot dot.
I'm not going to do
Togar's
these
first package
just
list of one items.
yet.
White small square
These
silver
are
silver
all
package
upgrades,
list of one items.
but
White small square
we're
ring
gonna
dot dot
get
dot.
the
Thank you for
packages
package. List end.
open
List of one
first.
items. White small Togar's list end. List of one items. White small Togar's list end. List of one items. White small square Togar's ring dot dot Togar's list end. Visit link on the menu. Visit link make a donation. To support Sryth, learn. Link adventure tokens and special. Visit link bonuses and rewards. Visit link learn more. If you made a donation, you'll find the option to claim your reward.
I'm going to go ahead and do a video on the donation system also, so I'm not going to bother with that today.
Link somewhere below. This section. Visit link graphic images slash Patreon. It's now possible to support Sryth on. Visit link Patreon.
Yep, you can do Patreon and donate through there.
Patrons are rewarded with adventure tokens for their support. Link learn more. Link graphic images slash button underline Patreon. As always, thank you for playing and for supporting Sryth. May your stamina points always stay above 0.
May your stamina points always stay above 0.
Special packages to be claimed. Any special packages you acquire with
Alright, here we go. Special packages to be claimed.
Visit link adventure shop. Will be presented to you for you to claim. Table with 2 columns and 94 blank. Blessing of the ancients. Blank. Table will be presented to you for you to blank. Space. Will be presented to you for you to claim. Period. Space. Period. Period.
Copy.
Jaw sign file.
Put that
Period.
into Control F.
Wrapping the top will be presented here in the claim.
There
Table
we
2 columns and
go.
blank. Blessing of the ancients.
Blessing of the Ancients.
List of items. Like small square visit link claim this special package.
Claim the
Frame
special
list of items.
package.
2 frames and 30 space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Blessing of the ancients. Thank you for acquiring this special package. And as always, thank you for claiming and supporting Sryth. Select the please continue option below to claim this special package. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please
List of items.
continue.
5. 2 frames and 36 links. NB colon. 1408.
Alright.
Wrapping the top. The blessing of the ancients. You're about to claim the rewards and bonuses. This special package contains List of items. Like small square visit link please continue. List of items. 1. Table. 2 frames and 37 links. Add. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Even the tangled part of forest and western marshal. As you thereaway the coloring of mustard clings to the crack so Michael continue to return to the crack the old peddler in Grinmore, who sold you the map that led you to this very location. The raven old man, praised though he seemed, appears to have been telling the truth. You pull off the left piece of mustard there at the top of which is near your level with your head. The oblong block of stone, this gray surface, riddled with long, jagged cracks, bears numerous intricate engravings of Legal Origin.
Alright, so Aldvari, if I understand it correctly, is an... I mean, I could click that link, but Aldvari, as far as I understand it, is a former civilization. They had all kinds of super magic stuff, kind of like Atlantis.
If what the peddler told you is accurate, touching each of the symbols engraved on the envelope bestowed upon the ancient blessing the stone at long. Guarded. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please
List of items.
continue.
2 frames and further save. Wrapping the top. Asterisk beginning with the symbol engraved at the very top of the envelope working your way down. You gently run your fingers across each of the intricate engravings. Bang. As soon as you touch the lowest of the carved symbols, a violent jolt surges through your hand along your arm and into your body, leaving you momentarily breathless and bewildered.
So I touched the symbols that were engraved on the idol.
Seconds later, when the startling sensation has passed, a profound sense of tranquility washes over you. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
List of items. 2 frames and 30 plus. Visit link Nathalos 2. Wrapping the top. As you withdraw your hand from the envelope, a massive block of stone suddenly crumbles to dust. A fleeting sense of dismay promptly gives way to an overwhelming sense of religion as the ancient magic long trapped within the envelope is released and bestowed upon you. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 7.
Melee rating permanently increased by 7.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 8.
Stamina permanently increased by 8.
Your mental reserve has been permanently increased by 2.
Envy permanently increased by 2.
XP. Plus 50,000 left bracket plus 50,000 general right bracket.
Plus 50,000 general XP.
XP. Plus 10,000 left bracket plus 10,000 XP to all skills and powers right bracket.
Plus 10,000 to all skills and powers. That's crazy.
Link stored. For skills slash powers you don't get that. List of items.
Yep, this is actually a cool feature. If you're old players from years back, you wouldn't have had this. And it's, I believe it was introduced in 2015, 16, somewhere in there. Anyway, what happens is if you get XP for all skills and powers, it used to be you only got the XP for skills and powers you actively have. So right now, I don't have any magic except for necromancy, so I wouldn't have gotten any XP for telekinesis, elementalism, restoration, any of those. Now, it's been changed where any XP that you gain for skills and powers that you don't currently have all gets put into a safe point where once you have that skill or that power, you can come back to this this building, the building with no windows and a blue door, and collect the XP for skills and powers you previously didn't have. So it's not a waste by any means, which is really nice.
For skills slash powers you don't get that. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
List of items. 2 frames and 96 links. You. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. You suddenly become aware of something protruding from the earth just behind where the stone idol stood. After several minutes, you manage to uncover and open a large chest filled with gold and adventurer tokens.
Oh, I got a chest.
As you take possession of the chest treasure of fate, it is certain bolsters from your thoughts. Add. Plus 100, you acquire 100 adventurer tokens.
100 adventurer tokens. That's the ATS that I saw earlier.
Gold. Plus 25,000, you acquire 25,000 gold tokens.
25,000 gold.
At the bottom of the chest, wrapped in square of black cloth, you discover a crescent-shaped stone talisman. You promptly pick up the curious piece. Item. Left bracket added, right bracket talisman of the ancients.
Got Talisman of the Ancients.
Left bracket visit link to right bracket. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a neck item.
List of items. Add 3 left there, TM right there, link.
Continue.
2 frames and 96 links. 69 slash wrapping the top. After carefully searching the area immediately surrounding the spot upon which the stone idol stood, you hit along the darkness straight out of the forest. Blank. Mindful that it was the peddler's map that led you to your acquisition of the idol's rewarding blessing, you outlook and locate the old man in Grinmore, and toss a bit more gold his way. By the time you reach the edge of the wooden step onto the ancient pike that wins its way north into the foothills, the sun is swiftly sinking over. The backs of the towering. Link also list of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please continue.
List of items. Unequipped link graphic. 2 frames and 95 equipped. Link graphic drop. Not found.
Alright.
Stats button. Stats button to activate. Press enter. Wrapping the top. Thank you for acquiring the blessing of the ancients. As always, thank you for claiming and for supporting Sryth. Best of luck on all your adventures. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please
Frame
continue.
list of items. Call 302 http://www. Blank. 2 frames and 1. Visit link claiming the special packages. Will be presented here in the claim. Table with 2 columns and 90 for blank. Dragon blood potion colon 2.
Dragon Blood Potion Blue.
List of items. Like small square visit link claiming the special package.
Claim.
List of items. 2 frames and 30 space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Dragon blood potion colon 2. Thank you for acquiring this special package. And as always, thank you for claiming and supporting Sryth. Select the please continue option below to claim this special package. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please
List
continue.
of items. Call 404. 2 frames for recording. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Dragon blood colon 2. You reach into the black cloth pouch and draw a small round metal filled with a bubbling blue liquid. According to what you've been told, the main ingredient in the bottle of potion is dragon blood, though there seems to be little explanation for the mixtures. Deep dive review. After carefully importing the vessel, you take a deep breath before swiftly quaffing the magical brew. List of items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Sucking down a potion with the main ingredients of dragon's blood.
List of items. 2 frames and 40 links when you roll and roll. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping this up, only moments after swallowing the entire public blue contents of the vial, your body begins to shake and control your division blurs. Slowly, your tremendous subsides as the damage goes of a distant or past through your thoughts. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 2.
Melee rating increased by 2.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 2.
Stamina by 2.
Dragonfire Aura acquired patch level 1.
Dragonfire Aura level 1.
When you roll a natural 18 plus during combat, you have a 5% chance of scoring 1 6 extra points of damage against your enemy.
When I roll a natural 18 plus during combat,
When you roll a natural 18 plus during combat, you have a 5% chance of scoring 1 6 extra points of damage against your enemy.
5% chance to deal 1 to 6 damage.
Each of the dragon blood potions left Theron. Visit link blue, link green, and link red right Theron. Provide slash boost to Dragonfire Aura. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
Okay.
List of 1 items.
There's other dragon blood potions
To range accordingly, safety line
that
colon.
increase how strong
Wrapping
you
this up, extra special bonus. Acquire all 3 of the dragon blood potions left Theron. Visit link blue, link green, and link red right Theron. And you'll receive 2 additional permanent bonuses colon. List of 2 items. Like small square plus 3 to melee rating. Like small square plus 3 to stamina points.
plus 3 to
Listen.
melee rating.
This added bonus will be applied when you acquire a third of the 3 dragon blood
When
potions.
I get all the potions.
Listen. This added bonus will be applied when you acquire a third of the 3 dragon blood potions. List of 1 items.
That's fine.
Like small square visit link please continue ...
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4109. Residence visit link name slash size visit link 2 frames 38 links link to 2.
And now I have a talkative bird
Not
outside.
found. Wrapping this up. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase of the dragon blood potion colon blue special package. Your support is very much appreciated. As always, thank you for playing and thank you again for supporting Sryth. Best of luck on all your adventures. Hashtag list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. List of 1 items. 0407. 0306.
That was
Two
just
rings
the
of 170.
obligatory thank you note.
Welcome adventurer. Will be presented to your table with 2 column bank. Double strike enchantment.
Double strike enchantment.
List of 1 items. Like small square visit link claim this special package ...
Claim.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. 400 414. Double strike enchantment. Thank you for acquiring this special package. And as always, thank you for playing and supporting Sryth. Select the please continue option below to claim this special package. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
Please
List of 1 items. 4404. 2 frames and 30 Visit link link 2. Wrapping this up. Double strike enchantment. The hooded figure closes the door, shutting out the incessant inner plane square and casting the room into the near dimness. The lone candle at the center of the table in which you illuminates the old man's gone. Shadow faces you, irritates to see opposite you. Quote until we're at the crucial moment. Quote says, till you're in setting your every nerve on edge. Quote you mustn't hesitate though, because the moment will pass and an opportunity will have been lost. Close your eyes, but continue to see the flame that now dances before you. Quote. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
Alright, he's having me meditate on a
List of 1 items.
flame.
2 frames and 4 quote. Visit link wrapping this up. Obey the instruction. You close your eyes, shutting out the flickering glow of the candle and allowing your breathing to adopt the slow, relaxed rhythm. Bang. Your heart nearly sticks to the dazzling image of the candle's glowing flame appears in your mind, even more vivid than it was in the veil fire. Eyes. The voice of the sorcerer slips into your thoughts, softer and more reassuring than you remember it to be. Quote has been accomplished. Quote he says, quote, but do not yet open your eyes. The enchantment is now taken hold. Leo has to say, you will open it. The safe to reopen them. Quote. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
Alright, he says
List of
I'll
1 items.
know when it's safe to open my eyes.
2 frames and 36 colon. Wrapping this up. As 35 cents of flashes over you as the image of the candle in your mind dissolves into a gray blur that slowly melts away in the worst days. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 4.
Melee rating has been increased by 4.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 4.
Stamina by 4.
Double strike enchantment bestowed.
And double strike enchantment has been bestowed.
The double strike enchantment provides you with a small chance to double a successful melee attack against any enemy. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
Gives me a small chance to double my melee attack against any enemy.
List of 1 items. Skill visit link. Skill visit link. 2 frames and 37 links. Quote there, yummy. Visit your room by the candles dancing. Visit link off. Ash 35 a strange feeling of calm replaces the lingering sense of busyness. Your eyes fly open and once again behold the shadow face of the old age is. Visit your room by the candles dancing flame. Quote there you are. Quote he says, rising from his chair, making his way to the door. Quote I don't think you'll find yourself any worse for having experienced that. Now you must depart as swiftly and discreetly as you arrive. Farewell, friend. Quote. You meet the old man. Link shoulder cross. At the door, thank him for having bestowed the enchantment upon you. He smiles and shakes his head. Quote thank you, and quote he says, quote with my distinct honor. Quote. With that, you bid him a final farewell and make your way back out of the Sryth's most celebrated quadrangle. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
Please
List of 1 items.
continue.
2 frames and 30 still combat link power. Wrapping this up. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase of the double strike enchantment special package. Your support is very much appreciated. As always, thank you for playing and thank you again for supporting Sryth. Best of luck on all your adventures. Hashtag left Fair Game Master. List of 1 items.
The
Like small square
obligatory
visit link.
thank you note.
List of 1 items. 4407. 2 frames and 100 claiming. The building you entered locate will be presented to your table with 2 columns and bank. The night storm staff.
Night Storm
List of 1 items.
staff.
Like small square visit link claim this special package ...
Claim.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 38 links. Space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping this up. The night storm staff. Thank you for acquiring this special package. And as always, thank you for playing and select the please continue option below to claim the list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ... List of 1 items. 4304. EMS visit link. 2 frames and 1 visit link Nathalos. Wrapping this visit the night storm staff. One dash hands at every staff of immense power and due to the deadly might of shadow lightning. Item. Left bracket added right bracket night storm staff. Left bracket visit link right bracket. If you're skilled in the power of shadow magic, the power and frequency of the staff's special shadow lightning attack will increase based on your level of mastery.
Alright, right now I don't have shadow magic, so this Night Storm staff doesn't have a special effect.
The night storm staff is a link transmutable item. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ...
But I can
List of 1 items. Letter
transmute
left there, CM right there, visit link. 2 frames and 100 table. Stats button. Stats button to activate. Press enter.
space on the stats button.
Wrapping this up. Ashley, thank you. Thank you for your purchase. Your support is very much. As always, thank you for playing and thank you for all your adventures. Hashtag left there, list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please. Frame list with 1 items. 4406. 2 frames and 1 visit link claim this special packages will be presented to your table with 2 columns bank. The night storm robe.
Night
List of 1 items.
Storm robe.
Like small square visit link claim this special package ... List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 link space. Visit link off. Ash 4 on the night storm. Thank you for and as always select the please continue option below to claim list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue ... List with 1 items. 4304. EMS visit link. 2 frames and 1 wearing. Left bracket visit link right bracket. Left bracket added right bracket night storm robe. Wrapping the bottom. Visit link wrapping this up. Visit night storm robe. Oh, just like heavy garment trimmed with dark amber. Its broad shoulders adorned by embroidered times of lightning. Item.
That's a pretty cool description, actually.
Left bracket added right bracket night storm robe. Left bracket visit link right bracket. Wearing this robe will increase the damage potential of the night storm staff's special shadow lightning attack.
Alright, so this increases the damage of the shadow magic attack. But again, I don't have shadow magic, so right now this doesn't do anything.
The night storm robe is a link transmutable item. List of 1 items.
Except it is transmutable and it has nice stats.
Like small square visit link please continue ...
Please
List with 1 items.
continue.
4101. Table. 2 frames and 103 links. 11/13.
I'll end up doing another video later on all the items that I'm pulling right now.
Wrapping this up. Ash
Show
34,700. Thank
the
you.
stats of everything.
Thank you for your purchase of the night storm robe. Your support is very much appreciated. As always, thank you for best of luck on all your hashtag list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please. List with 1 items. 4403. Drop visit link graphic. Drop visit link graphic. 2 frames and 242 links. The building. Will be presented to your table with 2 column blank. The Night Storm ring. List of 1 items. Night Small Square visited link. Claim special package.
Night Storm ring.
List with 1 items. http://www. The Night Storm ring. Dash 414 dash. The Night Storm. Thank you for reply and as always select the list of 1 items. Night Small Square visited link. Please.
Same
List with 1 items. 4302. Short order of there. Right there. Visit link. 2 frames and 100 in. Visit link. Nathalos. Rapid. This is the Night Storm ring. Angular and bears engraving 4 times aligned on each of its 5 faces. Item. Left bracket added right bracket Night Storm ring. Left bracket visit link to right bracket. In addition to the bonuses it provides, wearing this ring will increase the damage potential of the Night Storm's special shadow lightning attack. Blank. The Night Storm ring is a link transmutable item. List of 1 items.
Same message, increases the damage of the shadow magic attack from the Night Storm staff. I don't have shadow magic. It doesn't do anything for me right now, except it is transmutable and does have good stats.
Night Small Square visit link. Please continue. List with 1 items. 401. Table. 2 frames and 1 question. Visit link ND colon. 75/75 link 7 link up table link visit link Nathalos. List end. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 4403. Drop visit link graphic. Drop visit link graphic. Stats button. Stats button to activate presenter.
The stats button again.
Wrapping the top. Dash 985 logo center. Will be presented to your table with 2 column blank. The Night Storm talisman. List of 1 items.
Night Storm
Night Small Square visit link. Claim special package.
I wonder what
Frame
this
list with 1 item.
says.
2 frames and 30 space. The Night Storm talisman. Thank you for and as always select the list of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please. List with 1 items. 4404. 2 frames and 1 in. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping. This is the Night Storm talisman. The square of the amulet attached to the iron chain. This comic stays adorned with an engraving of a gruesome skull. Item. Left bracket added right bracket Night Storm talisman. Left bracket visit link to right bracket.
Cool description. It's got a skull face on it.
In addition to the bonuses it provides, equipping this talisman will increase the damage potential of the Night Storm's special shadow lightning attack. Blank.
Yep. Special attack.
The Night Storm talisman is a link transmutable item. List of 1 items.
Also
Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
transmutable. Continue.
List with 1 items. 4202. 2 frames and 1 encumbered. You're 16%.
Alright, I'm 16%
Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase. As always, thank you for playing and thank you again for supporting Sryth.
That was a painful hiccup.
Best of luck on all your adventures. Hashtag list of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue. List with 1 items. 4104. Equipment graphic. Equipment graphic. No buttons. 2 frames and 200. Claiming. Stats button. Stats button to activate presenter. Wrapping the top will be presented with 2 column blank. Dragon blood potion cold red.
Dragon blood potion
List of 1
red.
items. Night Small Square visit link. Claim this special package.
Claim.
Frame list with 1 items. 2 frames and 30 space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the dragon blood potion cold red. Thank you for acquiring the hand. As select the list of 1 Night Small Square visit link. Please continue. List with 1 items. 4404. 2 frames and 30 so. Out of the letter pack clutch in your left hand. You draw squad from the top. Visit wrapping the top. Dash dragon blood cold rolling red. Out of the letter pack clutch in your left hand. You draw squad from the top containing rolling red liquid. Oh, you believe that the bright crimson potion is comprised mostly out of the letter. Oh, you believe that the bright crimson potion is comprised mostly of dragon blood. It's why frenzy on delicious serves to give you considerable cause. Blank. But last, ultimately unwilling to deny yourself a chance to acquire the enchanted fruit for further effects. You remove the cord that stale sharply before. Only coffee the strange mixture. List of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
Please
List with 1
continue.
items. Stats button to activate presenter.
Potion.
2 frames and 41 when. Dragonfly war boosts your stamina. Your melee rating does permanently and slowly. As dash visit link off. Dash 34,900 as you finish dumping the red rolling liquid. Your body begins to tremble and severe rage washes over you, leaving you unsteady on your feet. Slowly, your body uses the parts of your balance stabilizes as a whisper of a distant roar surges through your thoughts. Your melee rating does permanently increase by 2.
Melee rating by 2.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 2.
Stamina by 2.
Dragonfly war boosts at dash level 2.
Dragon aura is now level 2.
When you roll a natural 18 plus or in combat, you have a 10% chance of scoring 2 extra points of damage against your enemy.
Nice.
Each of the dragon blood potions left Baron. Visit link blue. Link green.
It increased the damage, doubled the damage, it looks like. So from 1 to 6, it's now...
Visit link blue. Each of the dragon blood potions left Baron. When you roll a natural 18 plus or in combat, you have a 10% chance of scoring 2 extra points of damage against your enemy.
Yeah, 2 to 12, okay.
Each of the dragon blood visit link blue.
And it's a 10%.
Each of the when you roll dragonfly war boosts at dash level 2. When you roll a natural 18 plus or in combat, you have a 10% chance of scoring
10% chance, yep.
each of the dragon blood visit link blue. Link green. And link red right there provides slash boost the dragonfly aura. List of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue. List with 1 items.
Continue.
2 frames and 41 save. Visit link save colon. Wrapping the top special bonus. Acquire all 3 of the dragon blood. Visit link blue, link green, and link red right there. And you will receive 2 additional list of 1 items. Night Small Square plus 3 melee rating. Night Small Square plus 10. This added bonus will be list of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 4109. Residence visit link. 2 frames and 38 link Nathalos. List end. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue. List of 1 hashtag fair name master. List of 1 Night Small Square visit link.
Thanks.
List with 1 items. 4407. http://www.sryth.com. You purchased the space. Will be presented to table with 2 columns blank. Dragon blood potion cold green. List of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Claim this special package.
Let's go ahead and grab the Dragon Blood
List with 1
Potion green.
2 frames and 38 links. Dash. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the dragon blood. Thank you for and as always thank you for selecting the list of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please
The
continue.
usual
List
thank
with 1 items.
you.
4404. 2 frames and 38 spike. Visit wrapping the top. Dragon blood cold green.
Gurgling green. That sounds pleasant.
You reach into the great cloth sack and pull out the tall square bottle half filled with a gurgling green liquid. Despite having been told that the substance is mostly comprised of dragon blood, you can't help but wonder that its fair screen is undulating. Form and the unsettling gurgling sounds this erratic movement creates. Still, undisturbed by this presentation, you remove the light stopper, close your eyes, and quickly down the enchanted room. List of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
Just sucking it
List with 1
down.
items. Stats button to activate presenter. 2 frames and 41 men. Visit wrapping the top. The instant you swallow the entirety of the gurgling green liquid that fills the bottle, your body begins trembling and the eye patch erupts in your head. Slowly, the glowing buzz ebbs and your shaking subsides as the faint echo of the distant roar passes through your thoughts.
Feel like Loki from the Iron Druid Chronicles. I got a hissing steam sound in my head.
Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 2.
Melee by 2.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 2.
Stamina by 2.
Dragonfly war boosts at dash level 3.
Dragonfire aura is now level 3.
When you roll a natural 18 plus or in combat, you have a 15% chance of scoring 3 extra points of damage against your enemy.
Yep, 15% to deal between 3 and 18 damage.
Each of the dragon blood potions left Baron. Visit link blue, link green, and link red right Baron. Provide slash boost the dragonfly aura. List of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
Alright, so I got
List of 1 items.
maxed out on the Dragon Aura.
2 frames and 37 links. Map colon. Wrapping the top. Dash 34 special bonus applies. You consume all 3 of the dragon blood potions and will now receive an extra bonus.
Special bonus applied.
Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 3.
Melee rating increased by 3.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 3.
Stamina increased by 3.
List of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 4405. Unranked visit link. 2 frames and 37 links. Dash. Best of luck on all your adventures. Hashtag list of 1 items. Night Small Square visit link. Please continue.
The usual thank
List with
you.
1 items.
Best of
4407.
luck on your adventures.
2 frames and 100 claiming. Will be presented to table with 2 columns and 85 rows. Blank. For Edward's Fury.
Ferendrin's Fury.
List of items. Black small square visited link claim special package.
Claim.
List of items. 2 frames and 37 links. Hash. Visit link opt. Hash 414 hash. Ferendrin's Fury. Thank you for and select list of items. Black small square visited link please. List of items. Full 204. 2 frames and 82 slash link SP colon. 82 slash 82. Wrapping the top Ferendrin's Fury. You will now receive all the amazing items, benefits, and bonuses this package contains. List of items. Black small square visited link please continue.
Continue.
List of items. Colon 1. Table. 2 frames and 37 shaken. You recognize Ferend. Hash visit link opt. Hash visit link when reading more than details catalyst. You recognize Ferend immediately. Shaken in the state of snow from your tire. You close the empty slab door, shutting out push of the chill and make your way across the ends. Empty tire with main room for where you use it. First glass sits along the table. As you talk to him, the man looks up and smiles, motioning for you to take a seat next to him. Stroking his unkempt, grizzled beard, he stares at. You thoughtfully for several moments. Cody did the season for his sticker spell. Cody says, his gravelly voice perfectly suited his appearance. Quote, I doubt you had much trouble, though. Is that right? No trouble for you. No, I wouldn't expect that you did. You and I are quite a bit alike, you know. Not always, obviously, but in the ways that matter. Quote. You glance around the room and confirm that you and the legendary huntsman are sole occupants. Cody and the keeper left us for the next little bit. Quote says Ferendrin, smiling. Cody doesn't mind indulging one of my requests. Now and again, he does not. Hello, Cody, it sounds good. Quote. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Alright. He's complimenting me, saying
List
I would like him, and he sent everybody
away.
away.
After over the course of the next hour, Ferendrin presents you with all that you were promised when you accepted the invitation to meet with him in secrecy. And after presenting you with his able bow. Item. Left bracket, right bracket, Ferendrin's Fury.
Got Ferendrin's Fury, which is a special bow.
Left bracket, link to right bracket.
Amulet of the Winds.
Left bracket, right bracket, Amulet of the Winds. Left bracket, visit link to right bracket. Then provides you with a lock with a box left there in the ski right there that contains all adventurer tokens. Add. Plus 500, you acquire 500 adventurer tokens.
500 adventurer tokens. Alright, we're up to 600 now.
Finally, a chest containing a variable fortune gold. Gold. Plus 100,000, you acquire 100,000 gold tokens.
And 100,000 gold.
List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue. List of items.
Continue.
2 frames and 37 much. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Quote, you've gotten the easier bits out of the way. Quote says Ferendrin with just the sadness on the end of his voice. Quote, I'm going to invisible Fury and no mistake, but this is how it must be. My time in the wild is over. It is when I'm also imparting to something I learned many years ago. Quote. Suddenly, the master huntsman leans over and whispers something into your left ear. Much to your astonishment, even after he sits back in his chair, the sound of his whispering voice continues to echo through your mind. This gentle sigh, conjuring up through the images of fantastical wild places and the evilly wild creatures who hold dominion over them. After several minutes, when the whisperer fades into silence, Ferendrin smiles and nods. Quote, that was given to me a long while ago, but I am no longer with us. Quote, he says, quote, serves only a single holy soul who will never leave you, even then. Darkness gathers in the world, becomes a place both unbearably cruel and wantonly savage. It is the whisper of the wilds, and I only owe you come to. No secrets as well as I have. Quote.
Alright, so he gave me Whisper of the Wilds, whatever the heck that is.
Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 7.
Melee rating increased by 7.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 10.
Stamina by 10.
XP. Plus 250,000 left bracket, plus 250,000 general right bracket.
250,000 general XP.
XP. Plus 25,000 left bracket, plus 25,000 XP to all skills and powers right bracket.
And 25,000 to all skills and powers.
XP. Link stored. For skills slash powers you don't get that. You thank Ferendrin and the huntsman smiles. Quote, thank you, my friend. Quote, he says, quote, to know that the Fury and roam the wilder places of this world brings me more joy than anyone could ever know. Quote. Land. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Continue.
List of items. 2 frames and 36 links. Hash 31,333. After finding the innkeeper fully away, preparing a series of loose steps leading up to the second floor, it is secure lodging for the man. Then rejoin Ferendrin at the fireside. The huntsman seems standing in the armor by your company as the two of you talk long into the snowy night. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Oh,
list of items. Colon 08. Visit link. 2 frames and 37 link. Quote. The innkeeper informs you that Ferendrin departed just before link hello. The next morning when you visit link rep. Visit link the next morning when you step into the empty common room and follow the enticing aroma of freshly hatched brood. Link hello. The innkeeper informs you that Ferendrin departed just before dawn. Cody does like an early start, even in this bitter cold. Quote, that's the soul managed for us to steam invisible fellow in your hand. Quote, that he'll get up the cobwebs and warm you down to your toes. Quote. Then after glancing over at the stairs, he had never fixed the previous evening, he turns back to you with a somewhat sheepish expression spreading across his face. Quote, say, I wonder if I would be too much imposing on my part to ask how you are with the whole plants, hammers, and nails did. Quote. List of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Asking me to fix his stairs.
List of items. 2 frames and 36 skills, link power. Wrapping the top. Thank you for acquiring Ferendrin's Fury. We hope you will enjoy all that you receive. As always, thank you for playing and for supporting Sryth. Best of luck on list of items. Like small square visit link, please continue. List of items. Colon 04. 2 frames and 107. Visit link claiming the special packages. Will be presented to table with 2 top bank. Mystical Cold Archer's Art.
Alright. Now, I'm going into the Mist Glyphs. These are essentially tattoos that you can get applied, and you can apply them in a rather significant number of locations. I, generally speaking, go for just a random location and random coloring, but I will explore the different options for the visual aspect, or the knowledge aspect.
List of items. Like small square visit link claim this special package.
Claim this package.
List of items. 2 frames and 30 space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the mystical cold archer's art. Thank you for acquiring this special package. And as always, thank you for playing and supporting Sryth. Select the list of items. Like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of items. Call 304. 2 frames and 39 nibble. Link there it is. Visit link wrapping the top. There is residence.
Alright, we got the tattoo artist.
Seated at a small wooden table directly across from the reclusive white bearded sorcerer who watches silent amazement as. Link there it is. Nibble fingers leave busy and pattern in the air as he mumbles a largely incoherent string of utterances. Without warning, the sparkling sphere of his forms just over his right hand, floating less than an inch above his fingertips. Quote, you chose the archer's art. Quote, he says, forcing a thin smile. Quote, link his glyphs are entirely permanent, of course, but it seems you made up your mind. They are quite handy to be sure. Quote, list of items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Continue.
List of
He
items.
tells me that they're permanent.
2 frames and 69 links. List. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. A small sphere of sparkling is now hovering just above there, its right hand quivers. Quote, all right, hold still and tell me where you'd like the glyph to locate itself. Quote, he says, quote, now don't fret too much over it. You can always move it some other spot. So where's it going to go? Quote.
Alright, so like he says here, you can always move it later. So if you go into a safe area, such as Hawkler, you can go into your inventory, and there's an item there called Misglyph Aura or something like that. You click on that, and it allows you to reposition these if you're so inclined.
List of items. Like small square visit link opt for a random location.
So opt for a random location.
List end. List of items. Like small square link choose your preferred torso.
Upper front torso.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your mid front torso.
Mid front torso.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your lower front torso.
Lower
List
front
N.
torso.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your upper back.
Upper back.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your mid back.
Mid back.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your lower back.
Lower back.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your right shoulder.
Right shoulder.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your left shoulder.
Left shoulder.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your upper right arm.
Upper right arm.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your right forearm.
Right forearm.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your upper left arm.
Upper left
List N.
arm.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your left forearm.
Left forearm.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your right wrist.
Right
List N.
wrist.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your left wrist.
Left
List N. List of 1
wrist.
items. Right small square ring choose your right thigh.
Right
List N.
thigh.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your right calf.
Right
List N.
calf.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your left thigh.
Left
List N. List of 1
thigh.
items. Right small square ring choose your left calf.
Left calf.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your right foot.
Right foot.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your left foot.
Left foot.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose the right side of your neck.
Right side of your
List N.
neck.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose the left side of your neck.
Left
List
side
N.
of
List
your
of 1 items.
neck.
Right small square ring choose the front of your neck.
Front of your neck. I assume that would have been called throat, but okay.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose the back of your neck.
Back of your neck.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose the back of your right hand.
Back of your right
List N.
hand.
List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose the back of your left hand.
Back of
List
your
N.
left
List of 1 items. Right
hand.
small square ring choose the finger on your right hand.
Finger on
List
your
N.
right
List of 1 items.
hand.
Right small square ring choose the finger on your left hand.
Finger on your
List N.
left
List of 1
hand.
items. Right small square ring choose the toe on your right foot.
Toe on your right foot.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose the toe on your left foot.
Toe on your left
List
foot.
N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your right eyelid.
Right eyelid. Ow.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square ring choose your left eyelid.
Left eyelid. Also ow.
List N. Visit link back 2. Wrapping the top. Small square.
So as I
Right small square. Visit link up for random location.
I'm going to do random
List of 1 items.
location.
408. Mouse visit link. Mouse visit link. Mouse visit link. 2 frames and 5 quote. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the 0 start in this quiver 3 times. Quote you like it. Quote says there is. Quote in that case. I choose to place it on your right eyelid. Now what about the color? Full color. Single color outline.
Oh god. He's going to put it on my right eyelid. And now he's asking what color I want.
Invisible something random. Once again, don't give it too much thought. You can change its color later if you so wish. Quote.
You can also change the color later when you reposition it.
List of 1 items. Right small square. Visit link up for random color.
Opt for a random color. That's what I usually do.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose full color.
Choose full color.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose black outline.
Black
List
outline.
N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Visit link. Choose red outline.
Red
List
outline.
N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose green outline.
Green
List N. List of 1
outline.
items. Right small square. Choose blue outline.
Blue
List N. List of 1
outline.
items. Right small square. Choose gray outline.
Gray
List N. List of 1
outline.
items. Right small square. Choose orange outline. List N.
Orange
List of 1 items.
outline.
Right small square. Choose teal outline.
Teal
List N. List of 1
outline.
items. Right small square. Choose white outline.
White
List
outline.
N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose silver outline.
Silver
List
outline.
N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Visit link. Choose golden outline.
Golden
List N.
outline.
List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose copper outline.
Copper outline.
List N. List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose pink outline.
Pink
List N.
outline.
List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose purple outline.
Purple
List N.
outline.
List of 1 items. Right small square. Choose invisible.
Invisible.
List N. Visit link back 2.
Okay. So I'm, as I
Wrapping
said,
the top. Extra.
I'm
0
going
list of 1
to
items. Right small square. Visit link up for random color.
go random.
List of 1 items. Adventure. Visit link. Adventure. Visit link. Game slash size. Visit link. 2 frames and 30 scene. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Zero start. Limit seems to momentarily shrink. Quote all right. I'll choose. Quote says there is. Quote I say the glyphs of your wisdom of outline on your eyelid. Good enough. Close your eyes.
He's going to put as a blue outline on my right eyelid.
And try to think of something else if you would. This may seem just a bit. Quote. Seeing no reason to ignore his instructions. You close your eyes as the white texture is sorcerer begins to mumble the alien coherent preamble of an ancient spell. List of 1 items. Right small square. Visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 38 links. Nathalos. Wrapping the top. And you feel a brief sharp pain on your eyelid followed by a sudden burning sensation. Quote no need to worry. It's all done. Quote says there is. Quote you can and should open your eyes. Quote. Mystical cold martial arts in place. Has a blue outline on your eyelid.
I wish I could have done my cheeks. That would have been cool.
Item. Left bracket added right bracket mystical. Left bracket visit link to right bracket. Melee rating permanently increased by 3.
Melee rating increased by 3.
Stamina points permanently increased by 3.
Stamina by 3.
Link mystical battle aura. Increased to level 1.
Miss Glyph Battle Aura increased by 1.
List of 1 items. Right small square visit link. Please continue.
Please continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Remember comma. Visit link wrapping the top. Right action. Sorcerer thanks you for acquiring the mystical and tells you that your reaction to the symbols placement is to be commended. Quote many even the most ardent source don't react well to the first side of the glyph. Quote he says. Quote you're quite remarkable on that count. Quote. With that you hang there with a bit of farewell before making your way out of the color of the golden back of the streets of Port Valley. Remember you can always change the placement and color of any mystical you possess by clicking the link in the mystical item description by identity. Safe location. List of 1 items. Right small square visit link. Please continue.
Just a reminder of how to go ahead and switch your position and coloring.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 left colon. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase or support is very much appreciated. As always, thank you for playing. All your there is 1 items. Right small square visit link. Please continue.
I'm a little disappointed it didn't tell us what that glyph does. That glyph has a 25% chance to re-roll any archery shot that you take and take the higher of the 2 rolls.
List of 1 items. Goal 407. 2 frames and 107 claiming. Will be presented to you for the claim. Table with 2 columns blank. Mystical colon cross arrows.
Maybe not. Maybe it's the crossed arrows that do that.
List of 1 right small square visit link. Claim this special package.
I could have swore it was the other one.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 link space.
Well,
Not found.
I'm gonna look foolish.
Visit link Nathalos. Link 2. Wrapping the mystical colon cross. Thank you for acquiring the hand. As always, thanks. Select the please continue option. List of 1 items. Right small square visit link. Please continue.
Alright, I'm not
List of
going
items.
to go
444.
ahead and
2 frames and 38 links. Nibble finger leave leave.
all the text on actually picking
Without warning, the
and
start quote you close the cross arrows. A quote says 40 minutes smile. Quota.
doing
Link
it.
mystics. Are entirely permanent. List of 1 items. Right small square visit link. Please continue.
I'm going to go
List
ahead
of
and
1 items.
continue.
2 frames and 6 list. List N. List of 1 items. Right small square link. Choose your lower back.
It's the exact same thing every time. So,
Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the small square all letters. List of 1 items. Right small square visit link up for random location.
random.
List of 1 items. 408. Mouse visit link. Mouse visit link. Residence visit link. 2 frames and 6 quote. The 0 start in this quote you outline. List of 1 items. Right small square visit link up for random color.
Random.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 30 seeing. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Dash to the right. Zero sparkling mid seems to momentarily shrink. Quote all right. I'll choose. Quote says there. Quote I say the glyphs of the amazement of the blood line on the toe on your left foot. Good enough. Closure.
Blue outline on the toe of my left foot.
I can try to think of something else if you would. This may change just a bit. Quote. Seeing no reason to spell. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 38 link table. Wrapping the visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the UV look sharp pain on the toe on your left foot followed by a sudden burning sensation. Quote no need to worry. It's all done. Quote says there. Quote you can and shows open your eyes. Quote missile fold cross arrows is in place. Has a blue outline on the toe on your left foot. Melee rating permanently increased by 1.
Melee rating by 1.
Stamina points permanently increased by 3.
Stamina by 3.
Link missile battle aura. Increased to level 2.
Stamina. Glyph aura by 1 to 2.
List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Skill visit link. 2 frames and 37 links. Remember, you can always always. With that, you can get there is a bit of quote many even the most ardent source. Don't react with that. Remember, say list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. 18 line colon. Not found.
Whoop.
Wrapping the thank you for support always. Thank you for playing. Thank you for supporting. Best of luck. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4407. 2 frames and 1 building member located in the center will be presented table with 2 columns of 82 rank. Mystical full map of Tysa.
Map of
List of 1 items. Like small square visit link claim special package.
Claim.
List of 1 items.
Oh,
2 frames
sorry.
and 37 links.
Missed Glyph,
414.
map of Tysa.
Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the mystical thank you for and select the please list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4304. EMS visit link. 2 frames and 30 space. Without warning, the sparkling key quote usually missed glyphs are entirely permanent. List of 1 like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 60 list. List end. Like small square link choose your mid dot. List of list end. Like list of list end. Like list of 1 items. List end. Like small square link choose your mid front torso dot. List of list end. Like list of list end. Like small list of 1 items. Other spot. So where is it going to list of 1 like small square visit link up for random location.
Random
List of 1 items. 408.
location.
Mouse visit link. Mouse visit link. 2 frames and 51 quote. The 0 sparkling mid code color line and list of 1 items. Like small square visit link up for random color.
Random
List of 1 items.
color.
410. Adventure visit link. Adventure visit link. 2 frames and 30 seeing. Visit link Nathalie 2. Wrapping the right. Quote all right. I'll choose. Quote says there. Quote I say the glyphs of the amazement of the orange outline on the left side of your neck. Good enough. Close.
Orange outline on the left side of my neck.
Your eyes and try to think of some seeing no reason to ignore this stress spell. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 37 link table. Link 2. Attributes. Wrapping the UV look sharp quote no need to worry. It's all done. Quote says mystical full map of Tysa is in place. Has an orange outline on the left side of your neck. Melee rating permanently increased by 1.
Melee rating by 1.
Stamina points permanently increased by 2.
Stamina by 2.
Link missile battle aura. Increased to level 3.
Missed Glyph battle aura increased to level 3.
List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. List of 1 items. Skill visit link.
The map
2 frames
at
and 36
this
links. Remember
time does not have a special effect, but Matt has said in an email that he was going, he was thinking of something that sounded cool, but he's been focused on the 2 new expansions that are supposed to be coming out, and I completely understand that, but the map is supposed to eventually have an effect.
With that, you can get there is a bit of farewell before making your way. Remember, you can always save location. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue. List of 1 items.
Continue.
2 frames and 38 links. Line colon. Sphere colon. Wrapping the thank you. Thank you for support always. Best of luck. Hashtag list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4307. Save visit link. Save visit link. 2 frames and 1 unclaiming. Will be presented to table with 2 column. Medallion of escape.
Medallion of
List of 1 items.
Escape.
Like small square visit link claim special package.
This thing is
List of
really
1 items.
cool. Normally,
So
when you
links,
try to
414 dash.
flee, enemies get
Medallion of
an
escape.
attack
Thank you
of
for acquiring this special package.
opportunity.
And as always, select the list of 1 like small square visit link please continue.
If you have this
List of 1
medallion,
items. 404.
they do not, and you
Two
can
frames and 120
flee
links.
without
Visit
taking damage.
Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the medallion of escape. Out of the black silk hat has long security. Draw the legendary medallion of escape. Item. Left bracket has right bracket medallion of escape. Left bracket visit link right bracket. This silver piece of armor crafted in the likeness of a coiled snake provides another layer of defense to complement the arsenal of a wise adventurer.
And you don't have to be wearing it; it just sits in your inventory and it works.
Rank. When the medallion is in your possession, look there and you don't even need to equip it right there. You'll be able to flee from any legal combat without being attacked for.
Like it says right there.
Damaged by your foe. When equipped, the medallion also provides an impressive set of bonuses. Link transmutable. Keep it safe.
Oh, it's transmutable. I forgot about
List of 1
that.
items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Please
List of 1 items. Hide
continue.
link. Letter boots left there. CM right there. Link. 2 frames and 118. Backer. Stats button. Stats button to
Stats.
activate presenter.
Just switch it back.
Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase. Your support is there as always. Best of luck on all your hashtag list of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
Frame list of 1 items. 4307. Save link. Save visit link. 2 frames and 1 unclaiming. Will be presented to your table with 2 column blank. Star dash tangled buckler.
Star
List of 1 items.
Spangled
Like small square visit link
Buckler.
claim
This
special
was
package.
a 4th of July
List of
special
1 items.
item.
2 frames and 38 links. Space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Star dash tangled buckler. Thank you for acquiring this special package. And as always, thank you for playing and supporting Sryth. Select the please continue option below to claim this special pack. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4204. 2 frames and 1 space. Link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Star dash tangled buckler. You take possession of the colorful buckler and instantly you are no spirit. Item. Left bracket has right bracket. Star dash tangled buckler. Left bracket visit link right bracket. Don't forget that the buckler is. Link transmutable and can be rehash named for whatever you like.
Yep,
Link
transmute.
star dash tangled buckler serves you well. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4205. Batter left there. CM right there. Visit link. 2 frames and 100. List. Stats button.
B for buttons.
Stats button. Activate
Space
presenter.
on stats.
Wrapping the top.
M
Dash
for
34,780.
frame.
Thank you. Thank you for your support as always. Best of luck on all your events. Hashtag list of 1 like small square visit link please continue.
Continue.
Frame list of 1 items. 4307. Save link. Save visit link. http://www. Will be presented to your claim. Will space.
F3.
Table with 2 columns and 7 blank.
Move to.
Targaner Stone Fist.
Ooh, Targaner
List of 1
Stone
items. Like small square
Fist.
visit link. Claim
This is
this
a
special package.
fun one.
List of 1 items.
They're gonna
2 frames
claim
and 38 links.
that.
404. Visit link. 4 Targaner. Thank you for and select the list of 1 like small square visit link please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4304. EMS visit link. 2 frames and 39 meeting. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the Targaner Stone Fist. The scroll you just removed from its ornate cases one of the lost left there though now found right there scrolls of. Link Targaner. Hashtag powerful incantations long ago transcribed by the legendary warrior Dash Mage. Reading the faded cryptic first morning the warm surface of his scroll will bestow upon you the enchantment known as Targaner Stone Fist which provides the chance for a magical fist of solid stone to strike your enemies during combat. The strike not only damages any foe fist but also stuns them. Starting at the top of the scroll, you begin to slowly and carefully read aloud the strange words last spoken by Targaner himself. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link please continue.
Alright, so this tells you that you get a spell that allows you to have a stonefish fist that will randomly hit enemies and not only deal some damage, but potentially stun them for a round or 3.
List N. Black small square resistant. Please continue. List with 1 items. 2 frames and 37 table. Wrapping the top. As you complete your reading of the cryptic verse, the faded script on the surface of its bowl suddenly vanishes. A warm, tingling sensation erupts at the core of your skin and swiftly spreads throughout your body as the ancient magic takes effect. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 3.
Melee rating by 3.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 5.
Stamina by 5.
Our hammer stone fist bestowed. The sensation rapidly fades as it does so. Its gold crumbles as it in your hands. List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please continue.
Stone fist has been bestowed.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 gold colon. Body colon. Not found. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase. Your support as always. Best of luck. Hashtag list of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please
continue.
List with 1 items. Gold 307. Safe visit link. Safe visit link. 2 frames and 100 claimant. Will be presented to table with 2 columns and stand. Combat kit dash brutal melee.
Combat kit brutal melee.
List of 1 items. Black small square resistant link. Claimant special. List with 1 items. http://www.sryth.com space. Visit link opt. Dash 400 combat kit dash brutal melee. Thank you for required and select the list of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please continue. List with 1 items. Gold 304.
Now, continue.
2 frames and 39. Combat kit gold brutal melee. The letter pack of your fleet contains the implements employed by true masters of armed melee combat dash items that provide a warrior with the edge necessary. Does more brutal damage against his or her foes in battle. Weapon group. This lightly gritty letter acting faces itself to the letter after any melee weapon and equipment bolts to ensure you maintain a firm and proper hold on your prized instrument of battle. Shards of balance. He's curious. Link gramophone. Shards automatically attach themselves to the right places on your wielded weapon, keeping it balanced in your hand dash dash and joining it delivered to the surface. And hardest strikes possible. Simple opponent. This last triangular iron symbol fixes itself to the lower half of any bladed slash stabbing melee weapon you wield and makes certain its dangerous edges are always deadly sharp. Simple of hardest edge. This last square iron symbol fixes itself to the lower half of any fashion slash blunt slash non-dash bladed melee weapon you wield and hardest strike and edge to. And draw optimal damage from every foe. The pieces of your combat kit will serve to increase the normal damage you're able to score during combat, including the extra damage normally awarded by rolling a natural 20.
Ooh, so this increases the damage of all melee attacks, including if a melee attack is a nat 20, at which point you get a crit anyway.
These implements will also provide you with a +3 bonus to your melee rating whenever you're wielding a melee weapon.
This also gives a +3 to melee as long as you're wielding a melee weapon.
The pieces of your combat kit refer to the description of your wielded weapon in your inventory. Now, put your kit to the dash dash go for the deep rule. List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 space. Visit link opt. Dash 34,007. Thank you. Thank you for your support as always. Best of luck. Dash dash look fair game master. List of 1 black small square resistant. Please continue. List with 1 items. Gold 307. 2 frames and 100 claimant. Will be presented to your table with 2 columns blank. Mist of cold blood. List of 1 items. Mist of cold blood state.
The Mist Glyph Blood Snake.
List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Claimant special package. List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 links. Dash 414. 414. Mist of thank you and select the list of 1 black small square resistant. Please continue.
Please continue.
List with 1 items. Gold 304. 2 frames and 40 links. Nimble fingers. Fingers. Without warning, you chose the blood mist are entirely permanent, of course. But list of 1 black small square resistant. Please continue.
Please
List with 1 items.
continue.
2 frames and 7 list. List N. Black small square link. Choose your midnight.
Nope.
Visit wrapping to the small scroll or other spot. So list of 1 black small square resistant. Link for random location.
Random
List with 1 items.
location.
08. Mouse visit link. Mouse visit link. http:// invisible something random. Visit link. Nathalos. Wrapping to the 0 colon invisible. List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Link for random color.
Random
List with 1 items.
color.
09. Unvisit link. Unvisit link. 2 frames and 30 scene. To think of something else if you would. This makes just a bit. All right. I'll choose. Quote says there. Quote I say liquid with the amazing full color on your mid back. Good enough. Close your eyes and try.
Full color on mid back.
To think of something else. See no reason to ignore his instructions. Use spell. List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 links. 11/13. Wrapping the top. Dash 30. Feel brief sharp pain on your mid back. Quote no need to worry. It's all done. Quote mist of cold blood snake is in place. In full color on your mid back. Stamina points permanently increased by 7.
Stamina by
Link mist of fat aura.
7.
Increase to level 4.
Aura to
List of 1 items.
4.
Black small square resistant. Please continue.
Now this one does have a
List of 1
special
items. 410.
effect. At the
Two
end of
frames and
a
37 links with
fight, if you are at, I believe, 5% or less health, then it randomly heals you for, if I remember correctly, 15% health. I think one of my videos too is also going to be going through the Excel spreadsheet I've made of all the glyphs that I've seen so far, just to kind of fill in this is what all the various glyphs that I know of are and what they do, etc., etc. I've been thinking about making my Excel spreadsheet also something that people can download, but for the time being, this is all I got.
With that, you can remember all change location. List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please continue. List with 1 items.
If that ever changes, I will certainly be adding the download link to the URL, or to the description box of that particular video, which is as yet to be made.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. Always. Best of luck. List of 1 items. Black small square resistant. Please continue.
Usual. Thank
List
you.
with 1 items. 407. Safe visit link. Safe visit link. http://www.sryth.com/game/site.txt. Under IT equals parser 2 visit link. 2 frames and 100 claimant. Will be presented with 2 columns blank. Mist of cold iron owl.
Iron
List of 1 items.
Owl.
Black small square resistant. Claimant special package.
Mist Glyph Iron Owl.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 37 space. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the mist of thank you and select the list of 1 items. Black small square resistant.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Gold 204. 2 frames and 38 nimble. See the small wooden table. Black small square resistant. Please continue. List with 1 items.
Continue.
2 frames and 60 list. Visit link Nathalos. Black small square resistant. Link up for random location.
Random
List with 1 items. 408. Mouse link. Mouse visit link. 2 frames and 50 quote. Visit link up. Black small square resistant. Link up for random color.
Random
List with 1 items.
color.
410. Adventure link. Adventure visit link. Visit link. 2 frames and 30. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the orange zero start limit seems to call all right. I'll choose. Quote says there. Quote I say liquid with the amazing black outline on the neck. Good enough. Closure.
Black outline on my throat. All right, I got an owl on my throat. This seems bad. That reminds me of Daedalus from the Percy Jackson series.
Eyes and try to think of something else. See no reason to ignore spell. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot. List of 1 items. 2 frames and 37 links. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Add a brief sharp pain on the front of your neck. Followed by a sudden burning sensation. No need to miss cold iron outlet in place. Has a black outline on the front of your neck. Melee rating permanently increased by 2.
Melee rating by 2.
Stamina points permanently increased by 2.
Stamina by
Metal reserve
2.
permanently increased by 1.
Never energy increased by 1.
Increased aura. Increased to level 5. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Aura.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Remember comma. With that, you can there is a bit of remember in all safe location. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please
Continue.
list of 1 items. 2 frames and 38 unsaved. 17. Visit link rank.
Oh.
Wrapping the top. Dash 34. Like small square visited link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Goal 307. Save link. Save visit link. http:// You purchased the Sryth. You purchased the Sryth. Visit adventure. Will be presented table with 2 top rank. Potion of Valiance. Left Baron. Silver. Right Baron. Of Valiance.
Potion of Valiance.
Left Baron. Silver. Right Baron.
Silver.
List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Claim this special package.
I genuinely don't even remember this one.
2 frames and 38 links. Dash 400 414. Potion of Valiance. Thank you for and select the list of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please
Continue.
list of 1 items. Goal 304. Goal 103. 2 frames and 37 and in. Visit wrapping the top and remove from the warm leather satchel your name file you purchased from the masked woman in the small letter shop at the end of the twisting alley. In. Link after its end. An extremely thick silvery liquid laps to the sides of the vial. Eater to consume the potion contains fabulous benefits. You carefully remove the stopper and raise the vial to your lips. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Dungeon visit link. 2 frames and 38 links. Your. Visit link wrapping the top. Yes, the new off the potion. Your vision blurs and your hands begin to shake uncontrollably.
I quaff the potion and start going into seizures. Okay.
Moments later, however, as the unsettling feeling begins to ebb, a warm, rejuvenating sensation wells up from within you, leaving you with a lingering sense of profound awe. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 8.
Melee rating increased by 8.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 8.
Stamina by 8.
Your metal reserve has been permanently increased by 2.
Envy by 2.
XP. Plus 4,000 left bracket, plus 4,000 general right bracket.
4,000 general XP.
XP. Plus 1,000 left bracket, plus 1,000 XP, all skills and powers right bracket.
1,000 to all skills and powers.
XP. Link stored. For skills slash powers, battle luck bonus unlocked. Your battle luck bonus is level 1.
Ooh, battle luck bonus level 1.
With your hand still slightly trembling, you set down the empty vial and prepare to set off on your way, knowing that the magical potency of the potion of Valiance now forever flows through you. With your hand, your battle luck bonus is level battle luck bonus unlocked. For skills slash battle luck bonus unlocked, your battle luck bonus is
There's no
level 1.
description of what battle luck does.
With your hand still slightly trembling, Valiance now forever flows through you. Well done. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot. List of 1 items.
Continue.
Skills button. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your support as always. Best of luck on all your # list of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Goal 401444. Welcome, adventurer. 2 frames and 160 claiming. Will be presented table with 2 columns of blank. The golden dagger.
Golden
List of 1
dagger.
items. Like small square visit link. Claim this special package. Dot, dot, dot.
This is a nice one. It's a
List of
very
1 items.
strong weapon.
2 frames and 36 space. The golden dagger. Like small square visit link. Please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Goal 204. 2 frames and 1 items. Link Nathalos. Wrapping the new right off the lid of a small grid of the necessary dash straw. Remove the golden dagger. Item. Left bracket added right bracket the golden dagger. Left bracket visit link to right bracket. This deadly weapon imbued with the golden fire special attack power is the bladed counterpart to the visit link golden charm and will be augmented by the enchantments you select for that pendant. Link transmutable. Dagger soft gold more brutally intensifies almost as if it is detected to the hand of a new wielder. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
Nice. And this tells you that the golden
List of 1 items. Goal 101. Table.
increases the
2 frames and
benefits of
175
the
links. Link graphic
dagger.
quick graphic. This dagger. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase of the golden dagger. Stats button. Stats button to activate. Press enter.
Stats.
Wrapping the top. Thank you. Like small square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
Frame list of 1 items. Goal 306. 2 frames and 1 will be presented table with blank. The golden charm. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Claim this special
Here
package.
we
Dot, dot, dot.
go. Here's the golden charm.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Dash 4 dash. The golden charm. Like small square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Goal 104. EMS visit link. 2 frames and 1 visit link. Link 2.
Oops.
Wrapping the top. Now the proud bearer of the golden charm.
You are now the proud bearer of the golden charm.
Item. Left bracket added right bracket visit link to right bracket. Take good care of remarkable pens and never let out of your sight. Dash and certainly will never lend anyone. No matter how much they may beg. Blank. The select slash select the golden charms enchantments. Examine the charm in your inventory from any safe location. The charm suddenly emits a dazzling pulse of golden light as it flees to the nearest owner. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
All right.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 100 table. Visit link guide. Stats button.
Stats button.
Stats button to activate. Press enter. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase of like small square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
Frame list of 1 items. Goal 306. http://www.sryth.com. 2 frames to visit link. Claiming the special packages. Will be presented table with blank. Roll Goro list of 1 items. Roll Goro shadow.
Rolgoro's
List of 1
shadow.
like small square visit link. Claim this special pack.
Claim.
List of 1 items. http://www.sryth.space. Visit link opt. Dash 414 dash. Roll Goro shadow. Like small square visit link. Please.
Continue.
List of 1 items. Goal 104. 2 frames and 37 from comet. The one dash armor reaches the bottom of the cellar stairs. Just jump the line dialogue. Enter line number left there. 1. Frame. The one dash armor reaches the link. Wrapping the top. Dot, 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 from cellar. Dot, dot, critic. Dot, dot, dot. The one dash armor reaches the bottom of the cellar stairs just before the boss with the fault. Rostrum, long retired from the smithy, yet still bears his name. Slowly turns his head in all directions as his long eyes towers the dark corners of a small blank space. Quote there over that corner. Quote he says in a harsh whisper. His thick arm shooting out towards the corner to the left. Quote can see empty staring. Right us. Not a word of this to anyone. Mind. Quote. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot. List of 1 items. Skill button to activate. Press enter. Skill button to activate. Press enter. 2 frames and 38 links without. Visit link. Wrapping the top. Nearly ago. Receive word from Rostrum. He affirmed the urgent matter for which you require your assistance. Intrigued by the somewhat desperate nature of the message, you quickly change your plans and made for the link Harrison. Eager to learn more about the shadow haunting your side armor. Rostrum, overjoyed at your swift arrival, assured you that his modest dwelling. Without elaborating on anything he had mentioned in his message, the great dash armor beckoned you to follow him down the narrow, crumbling steadily into the cellar. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Like small square. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Stepping off the bottom stair. You come to stand next to Rostrum. Your eyes immediately darting to the corner to which he's pointing. There, through barely discernible, stands the dark, featureless silhouette of a tall man. Although you could not make out the shadowy figure's eyes, the weight of his haunting gaze is undeniable. Quote, dot, 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 he dot, 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 has spoken to me. Quote, whispers Rostrum, stepping back onto the stairs. Quote, he asked for you. It is what I said words. I lead you to it. Quote. Without waiting for your response, Rostrum turns and rushes up the stairs. List of 1 items. Like small square visit link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
Apparently some shadow has been
List
looking
of 1
for
items.
me.
2 frames and 37. Visit the link at right at the top. You turn to look back at the shadowy figure only to discover that the silhouette is now standing only a few feet from you. Quote, please, I can't remain here for much longer. Quotations of deep, gentle voice of the shadow. Quote, I am. Link pro. I return seeking you, Nathalos, for I cannot decrease my shadow to anyone but you. I will not find rest while I yet possess it. Quote, suddenly a faint image of a man's face emerges from the inky blackness of the silhouette's head. A faint smile forms on the glowing face and you find yourself overcome by a profound, though somewhat inexplicable sense of relief. Quote, my shadow, I now pass to you. May it strengthen and protect you. Quote, list of one items. Like small square, visit link, please continue.
Alright, continue.
2 frames and 38 link 2.
He's giving me his
Visit link Nathalos.
shadow.
Right at the top. That's the shadow figure of.
That's some interesting magic.
Link pro.
My apologies, I have to adjust here. And I knocked an earbud out of my ear. Here we go. Much better.
Suddenly and rapidly swells until it fills nearly the entire cellar, enveloping you in a pall of deep, frigid gloom. Then, without warning, the darkness lifts, leaving behind no trace of the long dead master armor as a spectre. Quote, thank you. Quotations of faint whisper from seemingly every direction. You now possess a royal shadow which will attach itself to any piece of torso armor you equip.
Alright, so this attaches to any torso armor that I equip.
Royal shadow will boost by 20% any melee rating and stamina points bonus as your equipped torso armor provides left bearing rounding by any decimals like Baron.
Increases any melee and stamina bonuses by...
You now possess a royal shadow will boost by 20% any melee rating and stamina points bonus as your equipped torso armor provides left bearing rounding by any decimals like Baron.
Well, any melee and stamina on torso armor by 20%, rounding decimal points up.
You also possess a royal lurking shield which works behind the scenes during combat to potentially prevent a foe's attack from landing.
Also have Oldoro's Lurking Shield,
You also possess a royal lurking shield which works behind the scenes during combat to potentially prevent a foe's attack from landing.
which can potentially block an enemy's attack.
XP. Plus 5,000 left bracket plus 5,000 general right bracket.
5,000
XP.
general XP,
Plus 1,000 left bracket plus 1,000 XP to all skills and powers right bracket.
1,000 to all skills and
XP.
powers.
Link sword. For skills slash powers of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue. List with one items. 2 frames and 37 links. Link map colon. Rapid the over sign with the shadowy figure of. Link roll pros. To the end, you climb the stairs and find the nervous prosper waiting for you above. After describing the encounter in detail, the armor seems somewhat relieved. Quote, perhaps I shouldn't have been as fearful as I was. Quote, he says, quote, was, after all, quite an honor to omit the legendary pro. Quote, Rustler then tells you that there's something else. List of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Ooh, there's something else.
List with one items. Like visit link. 2 frames and 1 left bracket link Nathalos. Link 2. Rapid Rustler leads you into a small room where several remarkable pieces of armor are laid out on a long table. Quote, these are beyond my skill. Quote, he says, waving his hands over the magnificent pieces. Quote, and here you roll pro himself told me where to find them and instructed me to give them to you. I don't know what else to say about it. Quote, after briefly looking over the armor, you take possession of the 4 pieces. Item. Left bracket added right bracket roll pro is engraved breastplate.
Got his breastplate,
Left bracket visit link 2 right bracket. Item. Left bracket added right bracket roll pro is engraved film.
his helm,
Left bracket visit link item. Left bracket added right bracket roll pro is engraved sleeves.
his
Left bracket visit link
sleeves,
2 item. Left bracket added right bracket roll pro is engraved sleeves.
and his greaves.
Left bracket visit link book each of these pieces of armor to be sold to the fact for 50 adventure tokens.
I can sell them in Thack Fleur for 50 AT each.
List of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Nice.
List with one items. Roll pros engraved film left there and MG right there link. Roll pros engraved film left there and MG right there visit link 2 frames and 104 space. Stats button. Stats button to activate. Press enter. Wrapping the top. Astro needs grateful for your help. Like small square visit link, please continue. Visit link at wrapping the top. Grateful for your help. Rustler invites you to stay for a simple but fortifying supper he's prepared. It's an offer you gladly accept. Following the meal, which features a thick and hearty leek and venison stew, you politely take your leave for retire armor. List of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Eat some leek and venison
Frame
stew
list with one items. Cold
with
307. Save link.
armor.
2 frames and 30 after. Or not time still active after another quote link. Rustler sees you to the door. The thanks you. Astro 2008 Rustler sees you to the door. The thanks you for having sorted out the shadow lurking in the cellar. Quote link roll pro. Or not time still active after another my cellar. Quote he says. Quote and I trust you will not make mention of any of this to anyone. Quote. After assuring him you won't breathe a word of it to anyone, he meets you in a link shoulder cross and wishes you well. With the afternoon beginning to wane, you bid farewell to the retire armor and set off along the lane, eager to resume your previous plans. Your armor. Now drift to the shadow of. Link roll pro. List of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Nice.
List with one items.
Continue.
2 frames and 30 stable. Link 2. Wrapping the top. Astro, thank you for supporting Sryth. The opening of the chat always. Thank you for playing save of Z. Book colon roll pros. Book colon forgets the 4 pieces of roll pros engraved armor. Book colon save of 0. Book colon roll pros shadow will automatically fall upon any piece of torso armor you equip. Book colon forgets the 4 pieces of roll pros engraved armor can be sold to Timothy the Fact for 50 adventure tokens each. Thank you. List of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue.
So that's another 200 AT there.
2 frames and 150 is. Visit link game master's journal.
If I sell them.
Will be presented to you in the quick table blank. Monocle of prescience.
Monocle of Prescience,
List of one items. Like small square visit link claim special package.
or Prescience, I assume is what it's supposed to be.
2 frames and 37 space. Visit link opt. Dash for a monocle of thank you for and as all select list of one item. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Continue.
List with one items. Cold 204. 2 frames and 100 placing. Left bracket link 2 right bracket. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Dash 35 monocle of prescience. You reach into the silky black bag and pause for remarkable never dash slash stylish monocle of prescience. Item. Left bracket added right bracket monocle of prescience. Left bracket link 2 right bracket. Wasting no time. You immediately fit the extraordinary piece of your item class steel chain around your neck. Quite inexplicably, you suddenly find yourself playing with the urge to visit. Link battle 10. May the monocle serve you well in your battles. List of one items. Like small square visit link, please continue. List with one items. 2 frames and 104 dead. Weapons. Wrapping the top. Astro, thank you. Thank you for your purchase of the monocle of prescience. Stats button. Stats button to activate. Press enter.
Stats.
Wrapping the top. Astro, thank you. Thank you for support there. Like small square visit link, please continue.
Continue.
Frame list with one items.
I know it
407. Save
didn't
link. Save
say
visit link.
what that
406.
did, but that's supposed
2 frames and
to,
157
if I
links.
remember correctly, increase my chances of rolling 20s.
Oh, the figure filling away behind.
I'll have to double check the item later when I do the video on all the items that I've collected.
Will be presented to your table blank. Mist full list of one items. Mist full headless rider.
Headless
List of one
Rider,
items. Like small square visit link. Claim
Mist
this special package.
that
List
one's
of one items.
funny. The first
2 frames and 36 links. Dash 414.
5 rounds of combat, it's either 3 or 5 rounds of combat, the rider has a chance to throw his pumpkin head
Like small square
at
visit
the
link. Please
enemy
continue.
and deal damage to
List with one
them.
items. Cold 304. 2 frames and 38 links. Nibble. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. See this link there. Like small square visit link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with one items. 2 frames and 60 list. Visit link opt. Like small square visit link opt for random location.
Random
List with one items.
location.
108. Mouse link. Mouse visit link. 2 frames and 5 quote. Visit link opt. Like small square visit link opt for random color.
Random color.
List with one items. 110. Adventure link. Adventure visit link. 2 frames and 13. Spell. Seeing no reason to ignore his instructions. You quote. Quote all right. The other seems partly missing. Quote all right. I'll choose. Quote says there. Quote I say the glyphs of the amazement of the purple outline on your left arm. Good enough. Closure.
purple outline on my upper left arm.
Eyes and no reason to ignore. Black small square is a link. Please continue.
Continue.
List of items. 2 frames of list. Black small square is a link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot. Visit link opt. Dash 35 fuel brief sharp tick. No need to worry. Solve the missile full and the strider is in place. As a purple outline on your upper left arm. Melee rating permanently increased by 7.
Melee rating by 7.
Stamina points permanently increased by 3.
Stamina by 3.
Never reserve permanently increased by 1.
NV by 1.
Link flat aura. Increased to level 6. List of items. Black small square is a link. Please continue. Dot, dot, dot.
And my aura is
List of
increased to level 6.
2 frames of 30. Remember comment with that. You hang there. Black small square is a link. Please continue. Dot, dot.
Continue.
List of items. 2 frames of 30. Colon. Visit link rank. Visit link EMS colon. Rapid the top. Dash 30. Black small square is a link. Please continue. Dot, dot.
Continue.
List of items. 4407. 2 frames of 1 claiming. Will be presented to you for the claim. Table with blank. Brimstone cold fatal visions.
Ooh, the Dreamstone Fatal
List of items. Black small
Visions
square is a link. Claim is special fact.
claim.
List of items. 2 frames of 36 space. Visit link Nathalos. Rapid the top. Brimstone cold fatal visions. Thank you for acquiring this special package. Black small square is a link. Please.
Continue.
List of items. 4304. 4405. Unranked. Visit link. 2 frames of 39. Visit link Nathalos. Rapid the fever dreams. Dot dot dot. The flinching fox tavern. Dot dot dot. Merciful. Dot dot dot. Elvis is the shuttle tail fin white there directly odds with his rather grim finery. Cautiously sips from his mug of semen. Link fellow. His eyes periodically glancing in the direction of the tavern's front door. Cody, please, you came. Cody says, referring to the note he sent you nearly a month ago. Emergently dashed word letter that called for his meeting. Cody was certain I could even find it, but he tells me that some of the more obscure text I studied proved to me that I hadn't just invented it. Here, let me show it to you. I can't at least prove to someone I'm not losing my mind. Quote, as the old man takes into the letter back tied to his belt, you recall your first encounter with him on the street not far from his tavern where you rescued him from the clutches of a small band of thieves. In return for your act of valor, you gifted the Dreamstone, a powerful artifact that is wanted in his possession. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot. List of 1 items. 2 frames of 38. Stable 3,000 row. Written colon 128.
That same older man who gave us the Dreamstone.
Quote, here it is. As a ever, Cody says, drawing out a small cloth back bundle and placing it on the table. Quote, I warn you that you must prepare yourself for what you'll see beneath that cloth. If there's not enough, yet therein lies its terrible promise. Dot dot dot. Whisper warning of the darkness to come. Quote, and read what he said. You reach for the bundle of gently fold back its covering, revealing the flat square wood. Its letter surface branded with a curious mark depicted 3 concentric squares. As you gaze at the symbol, transfixed by its simple image and stark contours, a bevy of strange thoughts play through your mind. Visions of a burning landscape, fast and impossibly flat, across which foul black winds elicit a deep sense of despair that leaves you shaken. Only as a touch of eldest hand on your arm makes you level the trance you feel certain might easily consume you. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot.
Those 3 concentric squares are a
List of 1 items.
common symbol linked
2 frames of
to
36 links.
Seraph More, which is
Rapid the top. Dash 36.
one of the 2 expansions that hasn't come out yet.
Cody wasn't looked for too long. Cody says, throwing the cloth back over the wooden square and placing the object back into the bag tied to his belt. Quote, a symbol that needs to be seen, though the danger and glimpse in it can. For some, be great, you will certainly see it again, for it is prevalent enough. Once you're aware of its existence. Quote, Elvis tells you that the curious marking is somehow related to the Dreamstone, though yet this he cannot elaborate on the conjecture link. Cody will likely experience the difference in the dreams conjured by the stone. Cody says, Cody will find some of the visions of a more potent variety, though. To what extent I cannot precisely say. Quote, Dreamstone cold fatal visions unlocked. The fatal visions enhancement adds +1 extra to the value of each stone's left there in MRSP and right there provided by the dream crafted by the Dreamstone.
My apologies.
Dreamstone cold fatal visions unlocked. The fatal visions enhancement adds +1 extra to the value of each stone's left there in MRSP and right there provided by the dream crafted by the Dreamstone. List of 1 items.
So the way the Dreamstone works is you get to roll 3 times each 24 hours, and it randomly gives you MR, SP, and V. It doesn't always give you all 3, but the good rolls you get all 3, and you get, again, random rolls on each. Now what this does is it automatically adds +1 to whatever you rolled for each.
The fatal visions and Dreamstone cold fatal visions unlocked. The fatal list of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot. List of 1 items. 2 frames and 37 links. 1 space. Rapid the top. Dash 30. You can verse it outlet for the next small while and learn that you'll soon be embarking on the journey to Nathalos where he hopes to acquire scroll. That will allow him to complete a life where he is long pursued. Quote, may your dreams be pleasant and fruitful. Quote, he says, rising from the table and excusing himself. Quote, he may meet again, though fate is as you no doubt experienced, rather fatal, good and good spirits to you. Quote, with that, you bid farewell to the old tower and watch as he makes his way out of the tavern. He pauses briefly at the door and glances back in her direction before stepping out onto the street. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. List of 1 items. 2 frames and 37 residence colon. Visit link none. Visit link house colon.
Alright.
Rapid the top. Dash 34. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase. Black small square visit link. Please
Continue.
list of 1 items. 4407. http://www.sryth.com/game/side.ph. You purchased in the Sryth. You purchased in the Sryth. Viz adventure. Will be presented with blank. Dreamstone cold Nathalos.
Dreamstone
List of 1
Fathomless
black small square visit link. Claim is special fact.
claim.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 37 link space. Visit link Nathalos. Rapid the Dreamstone. Thank you for acquiring this special and as always, black small square visit link.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 4304. EMS link. 2 frames and 37 links. Your. Dot dot dot. Sometime in the small hours that follow midnight. Dot dot dot. Visit rapid the top. Dot dot dot. Sometime in the small hours that follow midnight. Dot dot dot. Your eyes open and you sit upright, instinctively aware of every deeper pocket of shadow in the dark room. The faint echoes of a whisper low and distinct. Play through your waking thoughts. Nothing stirs in the darkness around you. Relieved, though somewhat brief, to be aware of the dissolving fragments of a grand dream you seem incapable of retaining. You sharply exhale and wipe your brow. The only portion of the dream you can recall involves a desperate flight down the steep, endless spiral of stairs, whether you're running towards something or away from it. You're never certain, but the vivid scene is eternally identical. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot.
Interesting. I had a
List of
dream
items.
about running downstairs.
2 frames and 37 list. Visit link Nathalos. Rapid the sun during the deeper room on your right snaps your head in that direction in time with this grim and terrifying spectacle. The gaunt, tattered silhouette of a vaguely humanoid figure floats out of the darkness and momentarily hovers only several feet from you.
A humanoid figure floats out of the shadows after I've woken up.
Quote, you have come too far. Quote, this is a thin, rapid voice which seems to issue from random points around the room. Quote, there is no bottom to the stair. For the end is nearly another beginning. You only look back to see what waits ahead. Quote, the whispered words of the spectral figure send your mind racing and leave your body trembling. As you attempt to speak, a swift and unexpected transformation comes over you in your wraith. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot.
Ooh.
List of 1 items.
Warns me I've come
2
too
frames and 37
far.
links. Visit link rapid the top for a single fleeting moment. The spectre twists its legs silhouetted as a tall, imposing figure upon whose head rests a crown. Struck by the strange aura of majesty exuded by the apparition, your heart begins to race and you become aware of icy sensations spreading throughout your body. Then, with your very next breath, the spectral figure melts back into the dark and vanishes. As you endeavor to slow your rapid breathing and steady your wildly pumping heart, a profound weariness washes over you and you topple over on your side, asleep before your head ever touches the bed. Dreamstone cold fathomless unlocked.
And I pass out. Fathomless unlocked.
The fathomless enhancement for the Dreamstone allows you to experience 10 dreams each day rather than the standard 3 dreams. Dream on. List of 1 items.
Aha! So this one increases the standard 3 dreams a day to 10 dreams a day.
Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot. List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Skills. Powers. Powers. Comma. Rapid the top. Thank you. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot dot dot.
Continue.
List of items. 4307. Save link. Save visit link. http://www. Visit link Nathalos. To ring. Will be presented table 2 column blank. Brimstone cold ancient slumber. List of items. Black small square visit link. Claim special status.
Dreamstone Ancient Slumber.
List of items. 2 frames and 36 links. Backspace. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Brimstone cold ancient slumber. Black small square visit link. Please continue. List of select. Please continue. Option. List of black small square.
Continue.
List of items. 4304. 2 frames and 36 links. Your hour before. 36,100. Hour before. Somewhere. British Eastern sector. Your attempt to cause an above avoid colliding with a young woman suddenly stroke of reality. Left proof of valiant endeavor. Doom to failure. Summoning over loose piece of stone. You fall into the startled woman. Nearly knocking her off her feet with remarkable agility. She retains her balance and grabs hold of arm, keeping you upright. She briefly adjusts the great coat covering her plain attire or something.
Bunch of typos in this. I've reported them. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that he has gotten a chance to do anything about any of the typos I've reported.
Quote, sorry, quote, she says, perplexed eyes fixated on your face. Quote, I should have been more careful. Stepping out as I did. Are you all right? Quote, list of items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. List of items.
Continue.
2 frames and 36 links. Table. Link 2. Wrapping the top. You assure that you're finding our over polite sentiment when the disarming image expression takes hold of her slender countenance. Quote, so, you're one who has it. Quote, she says, quote, I thought I sensed something. You perhaps find it not, but I was actually looking for you, though. I didn't expect such a jarring introduction. Quote, when you ask her what she means, her cunning smirk twisted to a frown. Quote, this knows what I mean. Quote, she says, quote, I know you have it, maybe not here now, but you lay claim to it, there's nothing anyone can do to break. That, now listen to me. Quote.
So apparently I almost run over this woman, and then she gets an impish look on her face, and she's like, so you have the Dreamstone. I was looking for you.
List of items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. List of items. 2 frames and 38 link. Quote. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping as the young woman steps closer to the teeth in a soft but firm tone. Quote, I know the ancient ones thrive into the places where they yet well. Their whispered secrets were at first unanswerable, but I have solved much of it. Quote, she says, quote, the remains of their wisdom that they have chosen to share is imprisoned in the very heart of the Dreamstone dash. Locked away until the world's end. Quote. As she speaks, your eyes are drawn to a curious marking on the palm of her right hand. A root tattoo depicting 3 concentric squares.
Those same 3 concentric squares that are linked to Zerifmore.
Quote, the outer inner and the heart of all things. Quote, she says, holding out her hand for you to inspect. Apparently, having known you're interested in the symbol. Quote, have you seen this before? Everything you know that you have, for it is everywhere, often in places to which I seldom wander. Don't look too long mind. Quote.
The outer, inner, and heart of all things. Interesting.
She lowers her hand and steps back. List of items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. List of items.
I had not caught that the
2 frames
first
and 36 links. The
time.
ancient slumber enhancement. Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the quote, the visions of the ancient ones will now slip from the core of the stone. Quote, she says, quote, I related to the meaning of the market that was all that was required. The art of all things is the key to everything. And you must see that you look without when you need to see within. This has always been here. Though you pretend to know otherwise. Quote. As if afflicted by a sudden profound chill, a young woman draws her coat tightly about her and shudders. Quote, go, please. Quote, she says, somewhat breathlessly. Quote, if fear none of what your dreams will bring, you will share the slumbering imaginings of those who were in further to be. Quote. Without another word, she turns and hurries away, beckoning to an alley on the far side of the lane and disappearing from view. Brimstone cold ancient slumber unlocked. The ancient slumber enhancement for the Brimstone will increase each of the bonuses provided by the stone's dreams. Look, fair and STN, right there, and 1 to 3 points. Slumber. Awaits.
So this gives an additional random on top of the other, the standard random. So this one increases it plus 1 to 3 per item. So if I get, say, a 1, 1, 1 on the first random roll, this gives me a plus 1 to 3 on each of those. So I could have up to 4, 4, 4 or a minimum of 2, 2, 2. But then the last dream, the plus 1 to everything would bring my minimum up to 3, 3, 3. So far I've got 10 chances of randomly rolling, and the minimum I can get is plus 3 to each stat.
List of items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. List of items. 2 frames and 37 links. 34,780. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase of the Brimstone Cold. List of items. Please continue. Link.
Please continue.
http://www.sryth.com/game/site.pht _/visit link. You purchased the Sryth. Will be presented to your table with blank. Brimstone Cold Shadow Song.
Shadow Song, another Dreamstone modifier.
List of items. 2 frames and 37 space. Visit link. Link 2. Wrapping the top dashboard on black small square visit link. Please
continue.
List of items. 4304. EMS link. 2 frames and 37 links. The beam of the fixture of the door is slumbering. Slumbering. You toss and turn. Struggling to match 36,190 dash.
Okay.
You toss and turn. Struggling to make sense of whispers. The beam of the deep fixture of the door is slumbering. Thoughts for longer than you prefer. Dash effect over the valley board. And infinite beauty. The fever passions and suspicions evoked by this system imagery grants the imagining of mineral sense of purpose and otherwise. Haphazard thread and coherent motions into a grand tapestry of timeless wisdom dash deserved perfection for so long awaiting reality. Seeping out of the black heart of the dream, slowly at first, and then face that seemingly outstrips all known conventions of time. Come the great. Shadows looming bright and fragile and omnipotent. Their arrival preceded by a melodic chorus of whispers from which issues are repeated first colon. Block quote. Quote, you are of time, and time is all, you are all, for time is you. Quote. Block quote end. Just when the answer to the lyrical conundrum seems to be near your grasp, the shadows look back into the blackness that spawns from their whisperings. By the grim silence that occupies the few fleeting moments between the end of an remembered dream and the abrupt return to the time when please reassuringly. Familiar. List of items. Black small square visit link. Please continue.
This all does seem very, very Neil Gaiman-esque.
List of items. 2 frames and 37 links. Visit link game // Wrapping the top, as your eyes fly open and you sit upright in bed, cognizant of your rapid breathing and the rhythmic pounding of your heart, the shadows occupy the corners of the room seem to retreat from your gaze, pressing deeper into the gloom that conceals their dire breath. For a moment, as you wearily scour the darkness for something you can't quite bring to mind, the tattered strands of a forgotten vision pop past the edge of your consciousness and you find yourself fully aware of a melody you cannot recall. A distant whisper, pretty and unaffected, repeats a verse you've only ever encountered in remembered dreams. Block quote. Quote, you are of time, and time is all, you are all, for time is you. Quote. Block quote end. Brimstone cold shadow song unlocked. The shadow song enhancement increases the upper range of bonuses left there and MR, STN, right there, provided by the dreams crafted by the Brimstone by 3 points each. List of items.
So now my max range is increased by 3.
Black small square visit link. Please continue.
Pretty cool.
List of items. 2 frames and 37 links. Still combat.
So instead of rolling, say, a 1 to 10, it can now roll a 1 to 13 plus the 1 to 3 plus the 1.
Link power. Wrapping the top. Dash 30 almost as soon as the whisper begins to fade. Your eyes go heavy and the desire to return to sleep overtakes every facet of your will. Your head accidentally becomes the rest of your flow when you once more drift into peaceful oblivion. In search of where their own that exists outside the known bounds of the awaited world. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Colon row 10. 2 frames and 37 colon 126/126. Visit link Nathalos. List N. Like small square visited link. Please continue. List of 1 hashtag left fair game master. List of 1 like small square.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Colon 307. Save visit link. Save visit link. Save visit link. 2 frames and 100. Claiming. Code figure filling away behind the clutter table. Will be presented table with bank. Pumpkin potion number 1.
Pumpkin potion number 1.
List of 1 item. Like small square visited link. Claim list.
Claim.
List with 1 items. 1502. 2 frames and 36 list space. Pumpkin potion number 1. Thank you for acquiring this special pack. Like small square visited link. List with 1 items. Colon row 4. 2 frames and 36
I
link.
may
Small round
not
special.
be able
List.
to get through all my packages today, unfortunately. I only have about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to have to cut this video.
Pumpkin potion number 1. You reach into the grimy cloth bag you received from the old peddler and draw a curious bottle made entirely out of pumpkin shell. The small rounded vessel is not stoppered with a wedge of pumpkin stem is filled with an orange syrupy mixture. The cowering face of a jack shows Jack carved into the bottle. This is the first of the 9 pumpkin potions. Each potion provides its own immediate benefits, but consuming all 9 provides a magnificent extra reward. And when you consume all 9 of the pumpkin potions left there, please, not one sitting right there, you'll receive the following extra reward colon. List of 3 items. Like small square plus 9 the melee rating. Like small square plus 9 the stamina point. Like small square with punishing pumpkin pummel power rewards behind the scenes in combat that drive and boost the damage you do during melee attacks. List N. You're about to consume your pumpkin potion. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List of 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Sryth trademark. Sryth trademark. Wrapping the top. Dash 30 without. This is pumpkin potion number 1. The first of these strange without further delay. Remove the stopper and raise the pumpkin shell bottle to your lips. Here to consume the potent magical concoction. This is pumpkin potion number 1. The first of list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 305. 2 frames and 30 suddenly combat. The instant you swallow a bottle. Dash 36,180. The instant you swallow a bottle. Zero contents. A warm sensation rapidly spreads throughout your entire body. Suddenly everything around you lets out a faint orange glow. Gradually, however, the unnerving effect fades and your surroundings revert to their usual. Palette. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1.
Melee rating by 1.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1.
Stamina by 1.
As the potion's flavor remains, you find yourself still experiencing a bitter aftertaste. You now consume your first pumpkin potion. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Add button to activate. Press enter. 2 frames and 38 links unranked. 15. Wrapping the top. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase. Support is very much as always. Thank you. Festival of hashtag list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please
Continue.
list with 1 items. Full 207. 2 frames and 100. Claiming. Will be presented to table with the bank. Pumpkin potion list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Claim this special package. List of 1 pumpkin potion number 2. List of 1 like small square visited link.
Pumpkin potion number 2.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 links. Dash. Visit link opt. Dash 4 pumpkin potion number. Thank you for and also select the please list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please
Continue.
list with 1 items. Full 104. 2 frames and 36 pumpkin potion number 2. You reach into the grimy cloth bag you received from the old peddler and draw a curious bottle made entirely out of pumpkin shell. The small rounded vessel is not stoppered with a wedge of pumpkin stem is filled with an orange syrupy mixture. The luring face of a jack shows Jack carved into the bottle. This is the second of the 9 pumpkin potions. Each potion per bank. When you consume all 9 of the pumpkin potions left there, please list of like small list N. You're about to consume your list of 1 item. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 36 links. Sryth trademark. Quit button. Wrapping the top. Dash without further delay. Remove the stopper and raise the pumpkin shell bottle to your lips. Here to consume the potent magical concoction. This is pumpkin potion number 2. The second of the list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 305. Unranked visit link. 2 frames and 37 suddenly combat. Dash 36,100. The instant you swallow the bottle. Syrupy contents. A warm sensation rapidly spreads throughout your entire body. Suddenly everything around you lets out a faint orange glow. Gradually, a palette. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1. Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1. As the potion's flavor remains, you find yourself still experiencing a salty aftertaste. You now consume your second pumpkin potion. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue. List with 1 items. Add button to activate. Press enter. 2 frames and 30 CMS Gold 18. Wrapping the top. Dash thank you. Thank you for your purchase. Support is very much. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Gold 207. http://www. Not found. Visit link Nathalos. Will be presented to you from the bank. Pumpkin potion list of 1 like small square visited link. Claim this special package. List of 1 pumpkin potion number 3. List of 1 like small square visited.
Pumpkin potion number 3.
List with 1 items.
I apologize that I'm rushing through these,
2
but
frames and 38 links.
there's
Dash.
really
Visit link opt.
nothing new
Dash 4
each
pumpkin potion number like
time.
small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 204. 2 frames and 30. You reach into the grimy cloth small rounded face. This is the third of the bank. When you consume all 9 of list of 3 like small square plus 9 the melee rating.
Really, the only
Like
difference
list N.
is
You're about to consume your
the
pumpkin potion.
face. This one's scowling.
List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 links. Sryth trademark. Quit button. Wrapping the top. Dash without further visit pumpkin potion list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 305. 2 frames and 30 suddenly combat. The instant you swallow a bottle. Syrupy contents. Suddenly everything around you lets out. Your melee rating has been permanently. Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1.
Melee and
As the potion's flavor remains, you find yourself still. You now consume your third list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Add button to activate. Press enter. 2 frames and 38 links. 50 MS colon 18. Wrapping the top. Dash 30 like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 207. http://w. Bank. 2 frames and 1 not claiming. Will be presented to table with bank. Pumpkin potion number 4. List of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Claim list.
Number 4.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 space. Visit link opt. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 204. 2 frames and 30 The grinning face of a jack shows Jack carved into the bottle.
This time it's
Like small square
green.
visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 37 Sryth trademark. Quit button. Wrapping the top. Dash without further visit pumpkin list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please
Continue.
list with 1 items. Full 305. 2 frames and 30 suddenly combat. Instant you swallow the bottle. Syrupy contents. A warm sensation suddenly every palate. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1. Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1. As the potion's flavor remains, you find yourself still. You now consume your fourth pumpkin list of 1 items. Like small square visited link. Please
Continue.
list with 1 items. Add button to activate. Press enter. 2 frames and 30 CMS Gold 18. Wrapping the top. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 207. The building you entered, located in the center of Hada, will be presented to your table with bank. Pumpkin potion number 5. List of 1 like small square visited link. Claim this special pack.
Pumpkin potion number 5.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 37 space. Visit link opt. Dash 4 pumpkin potion. Thank you for acquiring this special and as always, select the please list of 1 items. Like small square visited link.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 104. 2 frames and 37. You reach into the grimy cloth bag. You receive a small rounded vessel. It's not stoppered. The smiling face of a jack shows Jack carved into the bottle.
Smiling
Like small
face
square visited
this
link. Please continue.
time.
List with 1 items. 2 frames and 30 Sryth trademark. Quit button. Wrapping the top. Dash 36. Like small square visited link. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Full 305. 2 frames and 37 seconds. Instantly swallow the top suddenly every pallet. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1. Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1.
Stamina.
As the motion remains, you find yourself steering mountains with the items. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Quick button to activate presenter. Hours button to activate presenter. 2 frames and 36 link 4 colon. Visit link ATS colon. Wrapping the top. Dash 30. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 7. HTTP. Bank. Bank. 2 frames and 1 claimant. You purchased this will be presented to you from the table. Bank. Pumpkin potion number 6. List of like small square resistant, claimant special.
Pumpkin potion number 6.
List with items. 2 frames and 36 links. Dash 414. Pumpkin potion like small square resistant, please.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 4. Colon row 5. 2 frames and 36 up. The frowning face of attack dash over the card to
The
the
frowning
like small square
face
resistant,
this
please continue.
time. Continue.
List with items. 2 frames and 36 links. Sryth trademark copyright 2020. Delivery imagination slash wrapping the top. Without purposes. List of 1 like small as n. Visit link Nathalos. Visit link MD. Visit link Nathalos. Like small square resistant, please continue. Dot.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 5. 2 frames and 36 links. Suddenly everything around and around. Pallet. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1. Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1.
Stamina
Like small
by
square
1.
resistant, please continue. Dot.
Continue.
List with items. Quick button to activate presenter. http://www.sryth.com. Visit link DMS colon 0. Wrapping the top. Dash 34. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 7. Pull 406. Figure pulling away behind the clutter. Will be presented to you in the claim. Table bank. Pumpkin potion list of items. Pumpkin potion number 7. List of items. Like small square resistant, claimant special package. Dot. List with items. 2 frames and 36 links. Space. Visit link opt. Like small square resistant, please continue. Dot.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 4. 2 frames and 36 up. The crying face of attack dash over the card.
That's a crying
Like small square
face
resistant,
this
please continue.
time. Continue.
List with items. 2 frames and 36. Sryth trademark. Quick button. Wrapping the top. Without purposes. Pumpkin list of items. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll 405. Colon row 6. 2 frames and 38 suddenly comma. Dash 36,100 instantly suddenly valid. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1.
Melee rating by 1.
Your stamina points have been permanently remains. You find yourself still experiencing an incredibly sugary aftertaste.
I have a cat trying to steal my headphones. Come on. Thank you.
You now consume your 7th pumpkin potion. Like small square resistant, please continue. List with items. Quick button to activate presenter.
Continue.
2 frames and 38 link space. Mind colon. Wrapping the top. Dash like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 7. http://www.sryth. Bank. 2 frames and 100 claimant. Will be presented to you in the claim. Table bank. Pumpkin potion number 8. List of like small square resistant, claimant.
Potion number 8.
List with items. 2 frames and 37 link space. Visit link opt. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 4. 2 frames and 37 up. You reach into the grimy cough bag. You small round vessel. It's stopper with a screaming face of attack dash over the card into the bottle.
Screaming face this time.
Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. 2 frames and 37 Sryth trademark. Wrapping the top. Dash 36. Like small square resistant.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll 305. 2 frames and 37 suddenly comma pallet. Your melee rating has been your stamina points have been permanently increased by 1.
Melee and
Like small square
stamina
resistant, please continue.
by 1.
List
Continue.
with items. Save button to activate presenter. Hours button to activate presenter. 2 frames and 36 link 4 colon. Visit link ATS colon not found. Wrapping the top. Dash 30. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 7. http://www.sryth.com/game/side.ph. The building member located. Visit link claimant claimant. Will be presented table with bank. Pumpkin potion number 9. List of like small square resistant, claimant special
Last
package.
pumpkin potion, even though it
List with items.
says you shouldn't do all of them at
2 frames and
once,
36 links. Dash 4
but
dash.
that's
Visit link opt.
okay.
Dash 4 pumpkin potion number 9.
If we
Like
explode,
small
we
square resistant, please
explode.
continue.
Continue.
List with items. Scroll through row 4. 2 frames and 36 up. You reach into the grimy cough bag you received from the old peddler in a small round vessel. It's not stopper with a wedge of pumpkins. The mouthless face of attack dash over the card into the bottle.
Oh, this one's mouthless.
This is the night for the 9 pumpkin potions. Each potion provides its own immediate benefits, but consuming all 9 provides a magnificent extra reward. Bank. When you consume all 9 of the pumpkins, list of 3 items. Like small square, like small as n. You're about to consume your pumpkin potion. List of 1 items. Like small square resistant, please
Continue.
list with 1 items. 2 frames and 36 Sryth trademark. Quick button. Wrapping the top. Dash without. This is pumpkin potion. Like small square resistant, please continue. List of 1 is pumpkin potion number 9. The knife of strange fruit. List of 1 like small square resistant.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Scroll 305. Colon row 6. 2 frames and 36 suddenly comma. Dash 36,000 instantly while suddenly everything around the pallet. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 1.
Melee rating
Your
by
stamina points have been
1.
permanently increased by 1.
Stamina by
As the potion
1.
remains, you now consume your 9th pumpkin potion. List of 1 items. Like small square resistant, please
Continue.
list with 1 items. Quick button to activate presenter. 2 frames and 30 still comma. Link power. Wrapping the top. Dash suddenly dot. List of 1 items. Like small square resistant, please continue.
Suddenly. Continue.
List with 1 items. Colon row 1. Table. 2 frames and 38. Dash 36,182 dash. A strange feeling washes over you as the cumulative potency of all 9 pumpkin potions surfaces through your veins. Your melee rating has been permanently increased by 9.
Melee rating by 9.
Your stamina points have been permanently increased by 9.
Stamina by 9.
Punishing pumpkin pummel ability unlocked.
Punishing pumpkin. What?
Your stamina punishing pumpkin pummel ability unlocked. Pumpkin pummel ability.
Oh, punishing pumpkin pummel ability.
The punishing pumpkin pummel ability works behind the scenes in combat to try and boost the damage during melee attacks. The sensation phase, leaving you feeling extremely fatigued and tangling with an insatiable
It
appetite for all
just
things
gives
pumpkin.
me a chance to increase the damage dealt with melee
You now
attacks.
consume your pumpkin potion. List of 1 items. Like small square resistant, please
Continue.
list with 1 items. 2 frames and 38 colon 18. Wrapping the top. Thank you for your support is very much appreciated. Like small square resistant, please
Continue.
list with 1 items. 15 11. 17.
Let's see.
Will be presented to you from the claim. Space. Table with 2 bank. Crystal of cadence. List of 1 items. Like small square
Cadence.
bank. Satchel of songs. List of 1 items. Like small as n. Bank.
Songs.
Mystical Polish Hell Dice. List of 1 items. Like small as n. Bank. Snakes on Tabard. List of 1 items. Like small as n. Bank. The Silver Wish.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get through all of the rest, so...
Will be presented to you from the claim. Table with 2 bank. Crystal of cadence. List of 1 items. Like small square resistant. Claim special package. List n. Bank. Satchel of songs. List of 1 items. List n. Bank. Mystical Polish Hell Dice. List of 1 items. Like small square resistant. Bank. Snakes on Tabard. List of 1 items. Like small as n. Bank. The Silver Wish. Bank. List n. Like small square resistant. Claim
Let's go
special
ahead
package.
and do this, the
List of 1 items.
snake stone
2 frames and 36 links. Dash 414.
tabard.
Snakes on Tabard. Like small square resistant. Please continue.
Continue.
List with 1 items. Scroll through row 4. 2 frames and 130.
Alright.
Visit link Nathalos. Wrapping the top. Dash 30 snakes on tavern. You now possess the snakes on tavern. Item. Left bracket, add right bracket, left bracket, link to right bracket. Any proof adventure knows the benefits of a good tavern in this particular tavern when equipped can help reduce the damage done by a foe special. Attack. Don't forget that the tavern is link transmutable. Best of luck with your new tavern. List of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot.
So when you're in combat, there's special attacks that enemies can do, a power strike or a magic blast or what have you, and wearing this snakestone tabard decreases the amount of damage that it can deal.
List end. Black small square visit link. Please
Continue.
List with 1 items. Goal 406. Drop link graphic. 2 frames and 104 MR colon. Stats button.
Stats.
Stats button to activate. Press enter. Wrapping the top. Dash 34. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase of the snakestone tavern special package. Your support is very much as always. Thank you. Best of luck on all your hashtag list of 1 items. Black small square visit link. Please continue. Dot.
Continue.
Frame list with 1 items. Goal 207. 2 frames and 100 flaming.
And for now, I think we're going to call that,
Visit link Nathalos. List end. Black small square visit link. Exit the building. Dot.
call it quits
Space.
there. I'm going to go ahead and
List with 1
exit,
items.
back out to,
2 frames and 62 links. Save dash dash.
I'm going to hit B until I get to save.
Stats button. Items button. Skills button. Powers button. Ads button. Rest button. Save button.
Save.
Save button to activate. Press enter.
Space. Hit B
Quit
for
button.
quit. B again.
Wrapping the top. Save now button.
Wraps to the save now button.
Frame. Save now button to activate. Press enter. Save now button to activate. Press enter.
B
Stats button.
again. And shift B.
Please continue button.
Please continue.
Please continue button to activate. Press enter. http://www.table. Link MR colon. Stats button.
Bring up stats.
Stats button to activate. Press enter.
I'm going to hit M,
Wrapping the top. Save dash 1 dash save.
which brings me up to the top of the Hawkler's frame, but M
Visit link
again
Nathalos.
brings me to Nathalos. And with all those packages we've picked up,
Link 2. Table 3 columns and link MR colon. 146.
MR is now 146. That's 106 MR increase.
Link SP colon. 144/144.
Stamina is now 144, so that's 104 increase.
Visit link NV colon. 11/17.
NV is now 17. That's a 6 NV increase.
Link. Visit link ST. Visit link ST. Visit table and previous. Table 5 columns agility colon. 16. Link X colon. 309,136.
309,000. What?
Link X 309,136.
136. So 309,000 XP, general XP.
Body colon. 19. Gold colon. 126,500.
126,000 gold, so, or 126,500 gold, my apologies. So that's 125,000 gold gained.
My colon. 20. Visit link ATS colon. 600.
600 AT, adventure tokens.
4 colon. 18. Visit link EMS 0. Mine colon. 15. Rank colon. Visit link unranked. Steer colon. 18. Align colon. Good. Luck colon. 17. Visit link save colon. Less 1 ammo. Visit link none. Visit link rank.
And all the rest is pretty standard. Alright, well, hopefully this was a good intro to the game. I know I didn't actually get into any adventures or anything, or combat, but I want to be able to use this character more as a exploring things than having the complexity of how difficult fights can be, which is the reason I'm grabbing all the packages up front. The next video I'll go ahead and finish grabbing all the packages and probably start looking through the items that we got from them all. So hopefully this video is interesting and useful, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.